Welcome to another episode of The Bastard Sermon. I'm one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker.
Patrick Seta.
And Luke Young.
And this week we've got on Nick Glavan currently of Ballistic Tattoo and soon to be moving to Hybrid Image.
Hybrid Image is a private piercing studio in O'Briensville.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well,
hey,
give it up,
welcome.
boys. Sorry for the clunky intro. I was like, wait, is this his thing to announce or like what?
Oh, I don't give a shit.
And I was like, by the time this comes out, where are you going to be at? How much? Let's just start with that. How much longer are you going to be at Ballistic until you transfer over?
So Friday is my last day at Bees.
Okay.
And then Sunday is going to be the official when I'm on at the new place. So we kind of approached the owner to see if there was a way we could do a booth rental situation. And he was like, yeah, you guys can work out of our piercing studio in O'Briensville. We've got these extra rooms out back. There's nobody else that works there. Tattoo's there. So I was like, well, shit, let's meet. And then we all talked it out, and it was a really good offer, and that was it.
Fuck yeah, dude. So now you're moving over to there. I'm sure it's probably like a sad thing to be leaving Bees or whatever for you.
It is just like, I'm going to miss working with the guys that I work with and shit like that. And then being there for such a long time. Changing shops is always kind of like overwhelming.
Right.
You don't really know what to expect. But this time it's going to be different because it's the three of us. Like myself, Lee, and Kyle doing it together.
Very controlled.
So what, you guys are going in as a team? It's not just you going for a booth?
It's me, Kyle, and Lee. All three of us are going to go, and we're going to work there and do our own shit. Because I mean, like, we're all just doing our own appointments anyway. So it's like doing it this way, I actually can like
make more money, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is there any cons to doing something like that besides like not really knowing what you're getting into? But
like a lack of walk-ins, but that's not really something I really worry about too much, just because I have steady clientele and shit. I have people that ask for me on a regular basis all the time, and that's kind of what provoked this whole thing to happen. Because like the three of us together, like all we do is bring in our own people, so it's like we don't really rely on walk-ins anymore. So there's no reason to like sit there for hours on end waiting for people to show up when we already have people coming and whatnot.
Are you going to be like getting walk-ins eventually at this new place? Like, is that something you guys be open to, or is it just strictly like appointment only?
So it's not going to be like a place where you can just kind of come in and hang out. Like, it's not going to be a regular street shop. But if people do come in to get piercings done, where it's happened in the past, the owner said that people have asked for tattoos, but they've never had tattooers on staff there. So like, he was like, if they do come in and they want to get shit done, fucking go ahead.
But it sounds like more of a spot where it's like you kind of have to be. You already have to have an established clientele that likes your shit, that you're going to have people coming to you directly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good too, because then like, since I'll be able to make my own prices, and since I'll be only paying for the booth, I don't have to worry about splitting my income with anyone.
Yeah,
so
dude.
I'll be able to lower my prices a bit more to kind of attract more people who don't make crazy amounts of money and everything like that. I don't know how it really happened, but B's kind of got the stigma for being the expensive shop in that area.
I noticed of all the shops I go to,
we're really trying not to be, because I talk to other tattooers about what they charge, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I was like, how do you stay in business, man? That's a lot of money.
What's the craziest high end of that? Like, don't give me any names, obviously, but like, what's the like per hour the highest you've ever heard an artist say? Like Jesus fucking Christ.
I heard from clients that we had come in that an area, like a shop that's in the area of where Ballistics is located in Clifton, like in that Walnut Hills Ballistics area, that their flat rate hourly was $250 an hour.
Fuck that, dude.
And the owner was charging $275 an hour.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And this shop is a relatively new shop.
It's because the reason that you guys get away with those prices because it's right next to the college campus, and it's you guys have fucking incredible artists. So like, obviously the quality is there, so you can just see all those people.
It's not his shop.
And that was
I'm just saying in general in that shop.
Of the soul crushing thing about it too is that like we do all these like little walk-in novelty style tattoos, and everybody that works there is so highly qualified to do awesome fucking shit, but we just don't attract it because we're known as the walk-in shop. We're the place that people go to get like feathers and triangles and little tiny shit, which we do fine, but it's annoying when you want to do really cool shit all the time,
right?
But that's not the clientele basis you attract because of the stigma of the studio.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Working in food, like we're kind of like quasi fine dining, so we're like we have to have a menu that caters to like people that just want cheeseburgers and meatloaf and shit like that, but we also want to do higher end specials like octopus and like surf and turf shit and stuff like that. And sometimes that shit just will not sell because the clientele won't eat it or whatever the fuck. But it sounds like this move's going to be really good for you as an established artist. Now, you're going to be able to make some fucking money.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to be able to come and go as I please. I don't have to have set hours.
Yeah.
I'm going to have my own station for the first time ever where I can keep my own shit. It's all mine.
Wait, what? You don't have a established spot? You share a spot with a bunch of people currently?
We kind of cycle because there's only 3 stations at Bees.
Oh.
So there's 3 separate artists that are always on staff at any given time. So typically you end up sharing your station with somebody else when you're off because like they'll use your station when you're off day. Shit gets moved around.
How much extra setup time does that take where you're just like,
Not
fuck,
much.
where's my stuff at?
I mean, we keep all of our own shit, like kind of like everybody respects each other's stuff now. It didn't used to be like that, but now everyone's really cool about it. Like nobody moves their shit around. Nobody puts their stuff in weird places. Like I have a tool cart in my front station I work at the shop and I share it with Eamon and Kyle. Like, and they'll just work on top of my station. And it's no big deal. I don't care. They clean up good. They do fine.
So that's not really an issue, but it'll just be cool.
But it's just cool because now I can like decorate. I can put up paintings and stuff, like kind of like what you guys got going on here, like little knickknacks and shelving and stuff. I can't do that at Bees because he's already has an established like
Everything's
this is
covered.
what his shop looks the way it does. You can't really do much to it.
Right. That makes sense.
I'm gonna have a fresh room where I can put shelving up. I can put a TV in there if I want to.
How
I
exciting.
can put like
Binge watch anime all day long.
that would be fan-fucking-tastic, man. Because when I worked at Mount Healthy, like right up the road at Push and Egg, awesome shop. My old boss Mark owns it. He's fucking cool too. We had a big TV in there, and we just like let clients watch movies while we worked on them, and it was the best thing in the world because if they didn't want to talk, they didn't have to talk. You could focus on what you were doing, and they were entertained, and it wasn't awkward or weird.
Right.
And for some reason, a lot of the shops that I worked at were like, "Fuck that! You don't put TVs in a tattoo shop." I'm like,
It's a
"Why?"
distraction
It's like,
against the
why?
art.
It's like you're not my fucking teacher. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, why can't you put a TV up for clients?
Right.
But
Dude, that
that'll
would
be cool.
help.
Yeah,
That would
like something
totally
to
help.
focus on for a
Yeah.
little
If
bit.
I was, especially at like if you had one up in your place, I know like I would lay down, get a piece done by you, and be watching like Gundam Wing.
Oh,
and just,
fuck
like,
yeah, dude.
My mind is now off of the entire.
You got to distract yourself on that
Situation.
shit too. I mean, it's pain for fucking hours
Yeah.
sometimes.
The first time I got tattooed by Joe Nickley. He had a studio in Cheviot, and the first time we watched Scarface. So my first tattoo experience, I was sitting in that chair watching Scarface. Second time we watched Nightmare on Elm Street. It was fucking sweet.
That's awesome.
That's a good time.
It's a great way to sit there and get tattooed. But I could do that now if I wanted to, and like have my own little knickknacks and stuff. Have stuff in places where I want them to be. It's gonna be cool.
Well, congratulations,
Dude,
man.
that's fucking awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Happy
Yeah,
for you.
It's 1989 Madison Road in O'Briensville.
Fuck
You
yeah,
heard
go
that,
and get a
folks. Go
tattoo.
check out Nick Glavan, man.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram too. It's at Nick Lovin, NickLovin. That's kind of how I'm going to be booking a lot of my stuff. I'm going to take Venmo and stuff. Cash is always going to be preferred because we don't have credit card readers there or anything. But I can do Cash App, Venmo, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the best way to book with me right now is going to be through Instagram. So
And go check out the stuff
Seriously,
that he's doing. If you're
he's-
new to Nick's work, like he's a phenomenal artist. Like he's a
One of
phenomenal
my
fine
favorite-
artist and tattoo artist. Like puts out quality original shit all the time. Let's go to your page.
One
real
of my
quick.
favorite tattoos I ever had is the one that he gave me, and I get complimented all the time. I got a Cowboy Bebop tattoo by him.
I need to get a healed picture of that before I leave. Today,
Yeah, I got you.
for sure.
I got you.
I'd like
It's-
to see it healed out too. I want to see if it needs
looks
a touch
great.
up or anything.
It looks fucking great.
That's good.
When I go out and stuff, people will seriously ask me about it. Like, that's fucking Cowboy Bebop,
yeah,
man. It's
dude. That's
awesome.
awesome.
And I'll point them to you. But I mean, seriously, your anime is fucking amazing, dude.
I'm trying to corner the whole anime thing right now because it's something I wanted to do when I first got into tattooing, but there was never a market for it because anime wasn't cool when I got into tattooing. It was still like on the fringes, and now for whatever reason, anime is like the hottest shit since sliced bread.
Isn't
Some
Bobby
of the
doing
best
those-
television.
Yeah,
Bobby's doing those hentai girls too, right? The
Yeah.
ones with their tits out and they've got cum all over them or whatever the fuck.
That's an interesting.
it's kind of
Yeah,
funny because
that's
actually
interesting.
the girl that got the
What?
the legs that I did
Yeah.
recently,
This one right up here.
yeah, with her panties down. That was a girl that randomly walked in thinking Bobby worked at our studio, and I was like, "Oh no, they're over at Short Vine." She was like, "Oh, well, I don't really want to go over there again. Like, do you want to just show me if you have anything?" And she saw that. She's like, "I fucking want that." And I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do that." It's been sitting on my wall for like a year. I haven't been able to tattoo this on anybody. I've been dying to.
What a great walk-in. That's
yeah,
a
so
phenomenal
just randomly
tattoo.
one day, I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude."
Yeah, dude, you've got some quality stuff. Go and get a tattoo by Nick and follow him on Instagram and DM him through there to get set up. But what were these little Lego pieces that you were doing? I was interested in that.
I was doing a promotion for a while, and I still plan to do it if anybody is interested or wants to get them. I've just been doing small Lego like minifigure tattoos for like $100 a piece, just like full color. I've done a ghost, a pirate. I've done Robin Hood. I did one of the old school wizards with a wand. I'm trying to think if there was another one I did.
He did a lot of the classic ones.
Those are the ones that people gravitated towards, and I was really surprised it even happened, because when I first started doing this, I thought people were going to be like, can you do a Star Wars one? Or like, oh, you should do one of these like new minifigures from the Marvel universe or something. Like, everybody picked the old shit from like when we were kids. And I was
nostalgic
like, no way.
You're stoked on it?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. And you're a big Lego nerd too, aren't
absolutely.
you? You build all that shit. You're
I
like,
shit you not. I have a glass case about as high as the TV right here. And it's got LEDs in it, and it's just stacked with Legos inside.
Like what kind of Legos?
Christ.
Like I've got the full Scooby-Doo set. I've got a bunch of Star Wars like ships and stuff. I've got the Golden Gate Bridge with all the bunch of different variant Spider-Man characters and shit.
Dope.
And it comes with like Scorpion, the Green Goblin, and shit like that.
God damn, how long does that shit take to build?
When you're drunk,
Forever.
like 4 hours. I walked through Meijer late as shit. I was drinking at Bobby's house, and then we went to Meijer to get more beer or something. And I walked through the Lego aisle drunk as fuck, and they had it on sale for $80. And I just like clutched it to my chest. I was like, I'm buying this. Mariah was like, you're not spending $80 on Lego. I was like, this shit was like 160 brand new. I'm buying it. It's going home with me now.
Did you regret it later when you woke up and looked at your bank account? Like,
Fuck no, dude. I had a giant Golden Gate Bridge with a bunch of Spider-Man characters all over it and everything. And
Solid
I only spent
purchase.
only $80 on it. That's cheap for Legos, man. Like,
Yeah, they get expensive as fuck now.
those big kits are fucking. I wanted the Voltron really bad, but I'm not.
Voltron.
I was not about to spend $225 on a fucking Voltron Lego kit.
Dude, you know, sometimes Lego makes me mad as fuck.
Yeah,
What do you
dude.
mean?
Because they'll just make sets out of anything and everything.
Oh,
just,
yeah.
Just because, like, he'd be like, Starsky and Hutch is getting remade. And then Lego would be like, Starsky and Hutch Lego set out next week. Buy it now.
Spoiling the
$500. Yeah, and they got, like, characters that you didn't
Yeah.
even know were in the trailer or
And
something.
they're selling
you know?
the merch
Like,
first.
Yeah, right away.
Fucking bullshit.
They'll make shit out of the weird. They made a fucking Stranger Things Lego set. It was like the fucking house,
you.
and you build it upside down, and then it would spin. It's on this giant conveyor system where it tilts and flips over, and it's got the upside down world on one side.
That sounds
and the regular
dope.
shit- It looks cool as fuck, but it's fucking expensive, man. They're all so goddamn
$200.
expensive. Yeah, something like
500
that.
pieces.
Dude, when
So much.
Lego's got crank systems now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well,
one
like,
that-
look at the fucking guns now. Remember, like, when you used to try to make little makeshift guns for your Legos when you were a kid, and now they actually have, like, the Legos that are actually shaped like things. We got a cat up here.
That was incredible.
He just like appeared.
Has the cat ever been in here before while we're recording the episode?
No,
Why don't you get the cat out of here?
I should.
Maybe
Cat's
that.
my friend.
Maybe that'll help you.
I'll get
The
the
cat probably likes me. I want a cat really bad right now, and I probably knows.
Dude, I want a cat so fucking bad, and I can't have
You're
a
a
cat.
cat
like-
person?
Dude, I love cats. I don't fuck with dogs for real. I mean, I like dogs, but I don't like taking care of dogs. I like petting dogs, being like, "What's up, buddy?" You fucking around at my friend's house, and like, "All right, now, see you. Have fun chewing up all his stuff and fucking shitting on the rug and fucking begging to go out in the middle of the night and having to be crate trained and shit." Cats just like chilling, hanging out, like. Give it some food, maybe, but you let it outside, it'll fucking destroy all the birds. No more birds. No more birds in your whole fucking neighborhood anymore.
And then when it lives a nice full long life as an outdoor cat, it's gonna leave you to
Yeah.
die,
Yeah.
and it's
It does.
gonna leave you wondering for years.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
where did it go?
They
not
saunter
true.
off.
Forgot
Was it hit
about
by
you.
a car?
A lot of the time, they'll saunter off into the woods, like the ending of the fucking Incredible Hulk TV show, just like
To lay
slowly
down
walking
and die.
away.
Well, they find little places to die close to home. My mom's got a big feral cat colony, so yeah,
Colony?
it happens sometimes. Yeah, it's a full colony.
Happened
My
to
mom's
one
got
of
one
my
too.
Cats, my first cat.
Oh, is your mom crazy cat
My
lady
mom's
too?
I'll show you a picture right now. It looks like a fucking trapper keeper from the 90s.
It's my mom's fucking garage.
It's like a full ass family of cats. Mom, dad, and like 4 kids just sitting on my mom's porch.
If my mom
it's
ever
always so
listens, she's gonna be
creepy.
heated that I'm talking about this.
It's,
But yeah.
Well, I'm going to be honest. Like, if someone has, like, a shit ton of cats, it's kind of creepy. I remember some guy's house that I went over to, and he had, like, 20 cats, and they were all sitting on the fucking bed in the room next to his. And I remember looking over, and you'll see all these eyes staring at you. It's creepy as
Dude.
fuck.
That's my mom's
How many?
porch.
Holy shit.
yeah, dude,
that's a
it's,
lot of cats.
it's just
How
like
many
that
are
when
there?
you.
There are 4 kittens, a mom and a dad, and then in the backyard there's like 3 more smaller kittens that are like half that size, and she just feeds them.
And what
they
cats
just keep
do?
coming back.
Yeah, cats just tell their cat buddies like, "Hey, this
Hey, there's a
fucking
real
lady will
mess
feed
party."
us, and we can hang out here."
And
And
she
it
got
won't-
that wet shit, dog.
Yeah.
That wet shit.
That wet shit.
You want the wet shit? Follow me. Follow me. Don't tell your friends.
Yeah, that good
Actually, go
stinky
tell
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's got a fuckload of cats. Yeah,
You know
I'm a
that-
cat dude. What do you mean? You
It's
didn't
just
know that?
No, you didn't spot me as a cat guy.
I love cats. Yeah, they're like my favorite things ever. I almost adopted a 3-legged cat because it made like a little wheelchair cat.
Fuck yeah, dude.
In a
It was
wheelchair?
making me all sad. Well, I ended up adopting a different cat just because it loved on me more, and it just seemed it would just jump
You
on
didn't
my
want the
shoulders
responsibility?
and fell asleep on my shoulders. And I was like, all right, I'm bringing this one home for sure. But like, wheelchair kitty was so cute and so nice, and like I always feel bad for those cats because they never get adopted, and like sometimes they're fucked up, so you don't want to adopt a fucked up
You didn't
asshole
want to
cat.
adopt it.
I
No, the cat was super. I did. I was gonna adopt it until
but
Finley
you didn't.
jumped up on my back and then fell asleep and wouldn't get off me. And I was like, all right, I get it. This one is mine.
I totally feel you though, because like I always gravitate towards animals that look really stupid or have defects.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
same.
you want the goofball?
Yeah, dude.
Pirate cats.
So like, there's a type of cat that when they're born, they can't control their muscles and shit like that. It's almost like MS for cats.
Yeah.
But they walk around all fucking stupid. And they
call
like
'em-
shake and they do weird shit like that. I want one of those cats.
Little
They
Jello
fall down-
cats.
They fall down the stairs all the time and shit. They're fucking awesome. Like, it's
I
like
want to
having-
watch this stupid little ass just get hurt all day.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking great. Like you can't not laugh. Like it's fantastic.
You're having a bad day. You just come home to your cat and
Or like
watch it
there's
fall down the stairs.
there's these dumbass looking dogs. They're called Brussels Griffon Terriers, and they look like fucking gremlins.
How do you spell? What is it? Brussels.
Brussels Griffon, like Griffon, and then search short hair.
Okay. Short hair. I want to see these fucking things.
They look fucking stupid, and I want one so fucking bad.
Those.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a dumb looking dog.
I
Right
know,
There.
dude.
It's one of those flat faced, kind of looks like a pug.
That's
A little bit.
Stupid ass looking dog.
Probably like drools all the time because his nose is so close to his face.
They make these dumbass like little grunt noises all the time and
'Cause they
shit.
Like,
can't
how? What the fuck
breathe.
is it looking at right now? I can't even stare.
They look
stare
at
in a straight
everything all
line.
the time because they're wall-eyed as shit.
It's like staring at the 50-yard line in the end zone at the same time.
Me and my girlfriend follow so many people's fucking dog profiles of these kind of dogs on the internet and on Instagram and shit like that. They look so dumb. I want one so bad.
Yeah, that dog looks
Yeah, it
fucking.
looks straight up like
retarded.
Dobby.
Yeah. There's some on like Instagram and shit where you're almost kind of worried because their eyes are like real, like bad.
Yeah.
Like real fucking bad. It's like, I think that dog might have mental problems or something. I don't know if it's all the way there.
I get worried about those dogs because I feel like if you hit them pat them on the head a little too hard, a little or something like that, their eyeballs are gonna pop out of their head or something
Man,
ridiculous.
quit
I've
talking about
heard this shit.
goofballs like that.
I've heard that like it'll happen with pugs. If you squeeze them too hard, their fucking eyes will pop out.
Oh my god, that's real.
I don't know if it's real or not.
It's worth a Google.
But
That sounds like a cartoon.
Bobby told me that shit.
I
He
believe
said-
it.
He
I
said
believe
one
it.
of his, I think his ex-girlfriend's parents had like a pug, and like they squeezed it too hard or something, like hugging it, and its eyes would fucking pop out.
Squeeze a pug.
Like one of those squishy. fucking-
Oh shit!
No, it's a real thing.
Oh my god.
Don't Google squeeze pugs.
Proptosis is most common amongst brachycephalic breeds or
Stop.
short-snouted breeds with shallow eye sockets like pugs, French bulldogs, and Boston Terriers. They tend to have these big, bulging eyes. Their eyes can pop out without much force. Oh my god! You want a
Stop buying
dog
pugs.
that you love it too much and its eyes pop out like a fucking like '90s cartoon?
Look at that poor little dog.
Stop buying pugs.
Their eyes are gonna pop out if you
Just
buy them or
ima-
not. You gotta buy them, man.
What do you even do at that point? Like you see, like, oh shit, I played too rough with my dog. His eyes are popped out of its head.
I just imagine some dude running
What do you
into a
do?
veterinarian's office holding their dog like, what the fuck happened? Fix it. Put it back in. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's hanging from what looks like bubble gum out of its eye sockets, and his eyes are just dangling back and
the
They
forth.
had to
Fucking-
pull the curly tail to get the eyes to suck back in.
You're trying to fill out paperwork. You're holding your dog, and the fucking like vet cat is like smacking at its eyeballs, hanging out of its face.
Oh Jesus!
Ball of yarn.
Hey, now's an appropriate time to say that it's Den's 3rd birthday.
Is it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Your dog girlfriend?
Dog girlfriend.
Yeah.
basically.
Make sweet dog lovins to it. To
What do you do for a dog birthday?
I just got him some new toys and a fuckload of treats. We went to the park.
Did you jerk
Yeah?
his little red rocket off though? You know how bad that dog probably wants to come, Luke? Has your dog ever got to come?
Nope.
Never? And
Never.
you won't even jerk your dog off?
What are you
You're a
talking
bad
about?
pet owner.
I
Birthday.
wouldn't. What kind of person are you? You sick?
I'm
Blow
a
the
good-
candle.
I'm a good pet owner.
Birthday
That's what I
time.
am, Luke. You sound like you are not taking care of your dog. You know how bad that dog wants to bust and don't you want to bust nuts all the time, Luke?
all the time.
Tell it to me
Take
square,
one for the
Luke.
team.
Tell it to me
that
square,
dog's
Luke.
nut.
And bust that dog.
Gotta
No,
untube
you
that
are
lipstick,
a sick
bro.
fuck. Oh,
a-
you're all fucking gross.
Rent a girl dog. Buy him a
Rent a girl.
get a fucking pup light.
Yeah.
That's how
Just
it
make
works.
a Craigslist ad, just like, yo, my dog's trying to fuck. Bring your girl dog over so we can fuck something.
Yeah. Girl dog prostitute for his birthday. What would make him happier, Luke?
I'm not sure.
He's coming in that sweet dog pussy.
Probably a steak.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
I know that would make me
I've seen
happy.
dogs fuck. They never look nearly as excited as they do when they see a steak.
That's
Oh,
Like you put a
dude.
steak on the floor and then like a super smoking hot girl dog for a guy dog, he's gonna eat that steak first.
Yeah.
for
It's
sure.
food over pussy for
Yeah.
dogs.
I might eat that steak before I go to a girl.
Right off the floor, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, if it's cooked well enough and seasoned, I mean, I don't care. It's a steak.
Our doggo's not doing
What
so
what
hot.
cut? Say?
Your dog isn't?
Yeah.
No
He's-
bueno.
He's got. They think he's got a tumor in like his like mouth, like behind a molar.
Jesus.
So
Did
his
you
nose-
try jacking him off?
No, he doesn't have balls. He's got little raisinets.
Oh.
But
Still gets a hard on.
God, that's always weirded me out. How do dogs get boners when they don't have balls? Do you get boners without balls? If
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
even when you have like, let's say your dick is chopped off, there's things called phantom boners.
you- What?
And phantom orgasms? and stuff like
yeah,
that?
like you think you have a boner, but you don't have a dick.
You think ghosts can see those?
I don't know, man.
Hopefully.
Do ghosts get hard on?
Like you lose your dick,
Oh, you're good.
and then you find out your house is haunted because all the ghosts are getting hot and bothered by your like ghost boners
Do you ever beat
then
off
that
at
would-
night and
that
hope
would-
that all your dead relatives are watching you the entire time?
all the time.
Then that would also mean
This one's
that
for you, Grandma. I never met.
Please turn away, Grandma.
that would also mean
This is for you,
somewhere out
Nona.
there it's just like ghost cocks out there just floating down the
Yeah,
hallway.
dude.
It's just flaccid ghost cocks.
That'd be
haunting people.
fucking. Where's all the funny ass ghosts? You never hear about like the ghost streaker.
Yeah,
or,
like it's
Yeah.
always horror experiences with ghosts. It's not ever a good time.
or like a beaten off clown ghost, something like that. Like you never see shit like that. It's always like scary.
No, there
I'm
is.
from the 1920s.
From the Victorian age. Boo.
No, Ghostbusters. They had a blowjob scene in Ghostbusters that everybody forgets about, where the
They did it,
ghost
yeah.
unties his or unbuckles his pants and goes down on him or whatever the fuck, and the
Yeah.
guy's like, and his eyes go cross-eyed, and he falls backwards on the bed.
Yeah,
There was
Just
also
get
that
that
blowjob from the ghost.
scene in MacGruber where he was fucking his
Yeah.
dead ghost wife on the grave.
Oh,
If you remember, that movie is so fucking good.
I kept trying to show Mariah
Another
that movie. She's
goddamn
like, I don't get it.
MacGruber
I was like, that's the point.
It's stupid.
It's fucking
You're
weird.
not supposed to understand.
It's one of the best movies, period.
I thought
But
there was the cheerleader chick fucked the ghost in Scary Movie too.
I don't remember the
You don't
scary
remember that
movies at
one?
all. I just never got into this.
have you ever thought about that though? Like a relative dies and you're like, shit, they could be watching me jerk off now.
Why are they watching me jerk
what?
off?
I don't
That's
want
your
them to.
first thought when
That
someone in
says-
your family dies, Patrick?
No.
Is I wonder if they're watching me jerk off from the
I mean, I
spirit realm?
hope so. I'm
No.
like, Dad, this is what you get for killing
No,
yourself.
but let's say, the funeral's
You gotta
over.
watch me
You're
beat
right.
off for eternity.
You grieved.
everyone's-
You grieved, okay, all right, and then it's like, okay, well, back to normal routine.
So you think they're
So
just
This,
hanging
my,
out?
my grandma could see me doing this right now.
So what you gotta do is you just gotta turn over on the bed every once in a while and be like, I wish I would have done better. I'm sorry. Just go right back to what you're doing.
And you say that before you bust.
well, naturally, Luke, you don't say it afterwards.
But we turned into that. We segued a sad moment into a weird moment.
All right,
you
well,
said your
let-
dog's-
works-
Your
works
dog
great.
okay, man?
Let's try.
He seems to be doing better. They've been giving him antibiotics and shit like that. He's been getting a bunch of cheese, so he's farting his ass off, which is annoying.
Wait, why
But
cheese? How does the
That's
cheese
how they
help?
put the pill in it.
Oh, okay,
Ooh.
cool.
Velveeta cheese, only the nicest,
The
finest.
best cuisine.
the nicest
government
of plastic
cheese.
cheese.
But yeah, they say he's got a tumor in his mouth. I don't know if that's true or not though, because like he coughed up and snotted up some crazy shit the other night. It looked like a blood clot. We got a slug of blood
Oh.
came
You
out of
think
his
that was
fucking
the
face.
tumor?
I think it's whatever was bothering him because he hasn't been snorting or doing weird shit with his mouth lately.
Oh.
And then he's way more energetic and shit. But he's still bleeding a little bit, so they got to take him to the vet again.
I
But
feel like
don't know.
they always half-ass diagnose a dog. Like they diagnose a dog from across the room. They're like, I
believe
he's got a
that's-
tumor in his face. Like, what
He
the
looks
fuck?
tired.
You didn't
He's
even
probably
touch him
dying.
yet.
I have an older dog.
Yeah, put him down. It won't be worth the money.
I-
you haven't even fucking checked his heartbeat yet.
Yeah, I have an older dog, and I took her to the vet like a couple of like months and months ago, I would say, and they said that she had like a heart murmur, and like she could die if she was getting too excited and
What the
shit, and it
fuck?
scared
Isn't
the
she
fuck out of me.
Well, I thought that was common in her breed.
Yeah, that's what they were saying
Oh,
too.
so that's bullshit that the experienced vet told you that something common in her breed happened.
What?
Is happening?
I don't know. What? Anyways, they said that there was like a fucking heart murmur, and we were worried as fuck. Like, what the hell's going on? We took her back recently because she was like shitting in her cage and rolling in it. It was fucking it was a nightmare. Yeah, I was like, well, she's old as fuck. Here it comes.
The doggy dementia.
She's fine. Yeah, she just had a little bit of diarrhea. She has no more heart murmur. They just fucking bounce back. How
old is Condi now?
Like 1,000 years old.
Like 1,000 years old.
Like,
Great white rat never ceases to die. No, she's like 13, 14 or something.
Mariah swears up and down that our dog's 11, but her mom says that he's like 15 or 16, but he doesn't act that old. He's like, he still gets around, he still plays, runs outside, eats, drinks water, like no problems whatsoever, no weird poops, pees fine. Like he's just a fine ass dog, but he'd been doing this weird snorty shit for the longest time. And they took him to the vet. I didn't even know they didn't run any tests really. They just kind of like looked in his mouth like, yep, he's dying. It's a tumor.
Yep, that's stage
That's how
4.
they do it.
It's like, what the fuck? They didn't do an MRI. They didn't do an X-ray. Nothing. They're just like, yep, it's a tumor.
And then when you
Ocular
question
stage
about it,
4.
MRI?
What?
They didn't do an MRI.
They
They were
didn't
just
do
like,
anything.
yes, this is cancer.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
oh, they do it every time. Yeah, they're like, just put him down now.
They're
I
like,
mean, he's suffering.
Here's some antibiotics and here's some other medicine. We're not going to really explain much. Just give it to him twice a day. If he dies, he dies. Like,
If
what
he
the
dies,
fuck?
he
God damn. Yeah, they're ruthless with the animals. They don't give a fuck.
It's so fucking shitty because it's
It's
like,
not
well, how
people.
much do you really love your dog? Like, go fuck yourself, man. Don't tell me the worst of the worst to try and bleed money out of me to fucking get me to pay for your MRI, CAT scan for dogs, and whatever else you want me to do.
Right.
Like, this is fucking bullshit.
It is expensive. It's
hacked up-
fucking expensive.
He hacked up that bloody shit, and now he's fine. I was like, that's probably what it was. He probably ate some dumb shit or sniffed some dumb shit, and it got stuck up there, aggravated it, caused a clot, and that's why he couldn't breathe.
No more tumor.
Yeah, that was fine.
I have a responsible pet owner question for Luke and Nick. Pat, you're not allowed to answer. Say that you had a cat that was in desperate need of getting spayed. I'm saying this cat's going into heat every 14 minutes. This cat's trying to fuck your friends' faces when they sleep over on the couch. Let's call the friend Cody Hucker, and the cat's backing its cat asshole into its fucking nose. How long would you let this cat go unspayed for?
I'd probably sew him up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How,
without thinking.
how long you think you'd let it go on for this problem?
Being that there's some places you can do and they'll
For
just
free.
do it for free.
For free.
Probably like the weekend after.
Yeah, 3 days. Luke, how long you got, bud?
Oh,
Before-
ASAP. And if that had happened, I'd do it out of embarrassment the day
Me
of.
too. Hey, Pat, how long did it take you to get Luna spayed?
I don't know, a couple years.
Oh shit.
Good God,
years.
Patrick.
How many blood skid marks did you get on your carpet?
She actually never really bled.
I think it's
Really?
dogs that bleed. I don't
Yeah,
think
dogs
it's cats
will
that
bleed.
I
bleed.
thought cats bled. I guess not.
I don't think so. I
No,
might
she
be
just
wrong
really
about
wants
that.
to fuck. Yeah, for like a day out of the month.
She would
you
be
know?
climbing the walls,
One day of the month,
rubbing her
she's
cat
super
pussy
annoying,
on
you know?
everything. Just
Oh, no, I'm
grinding
all-
cat
Cody
pussy.
Cody would
aware of
come
it.
over, and Cody came over like 3-4 nights a week.
Yeah, something
Usually
like
we'd
that.
hang out, and we'd drink, and he would pass out, and he'd wake up to the cat backing up into his face, like.
Every time. Not once, not
But
twice.
it seemed to
every
only
time I
happen
stayed
every
over.
time he stayed over, and it was so fucking. It's like he
I would
activated the pussy's pussy.
She
you
liked
know?
you.
Yeah, she just liked
She was
you.
trying to break off a
Strike
piece.
number 2, it wouldn't happen again.
Kitty want that doggy, you know? Ew. God.
No, Bobby and Audrey went a really long time without spaying one of their younger cats, and she got fucking crazy for a while.
This cat was psychotic because whenever it wasn't in heat, it was a bitch, and it's still it's
Still an asshole.
Yeah, she's still walking around the house now. She's all spayed and whatnot. But then fucking like whenever she was in heat, she was the best cat. She would just jump in your lap and went fucking
Play
loving.
all you want, pet.
Try to work your finger nubs into its little cat pussy. Get it in there.
You can't come
Get
over.
it in there.
If you come over my house, don't take your socks off. My cat will fuck your feet. Like, you gotta leave it
God.
alone.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, God fucking damn, Pat, when are you going to take care of it? He's like, I mean, I got a party tomorrow. And I'm going to be hungover the day after, and then I got to go to work, and it's like, I got to drive down the street. Dude, that sounds like
Get
so
up a
much
little early
work.
tomorrow.
That
I'll be
is
fine.
ridiculous,
Sounds
dude.
like so much work, dude. I
That is
work
I just-
so
ridiculous.
early.
Look,
Cody, I
there's
work
no
so...
excuse
Pat,
for
I
that,
worked 4
Patrick.
hours earlier than you. But
it's
dude,
a bullshit excuse, but I got one. I just didn't feel like getting up at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, that's
But
pretty-
it's,
I
the
would-
deed is done.
I mean, I'd probably do the same shit. Getting up at 6 sucks.
Cat's in a
That
loving
is-
home, and it is fixed.
That has ripped my eyes
Not-
out lazy.
Not to mention,
Yeah, it is. I was super lazy about
not to
it.
mention getting a cat in a car fucking sucks. It's hard.
yeah.
as shit
it's the
to get a
worst
cat.
fucking thing
They
ever.
will, especially if you don't have a
battle
cage.
scars from fucking putting my cats in cages and throwing them in the fucking car. It sucks. They do not like that shit. And then
Not
they
at
make
all.
weird noises. You ever hear a cat moo?
Yeah, I get really pissed.
Yeah.
I've definitely had them in my car too when I didn't even have a cage available, and they'd be
Oh,
fucking
no.
rolling around all over the fucking dashboard and shit. And you're trying to get them as they're driving, and they're clawing in. They won't move, but all you can see is the glare from their
Like,
fur.
how are
and
we moving but not moving? Like,
Who
freaking
puts a
Yeah, they
who puts
freak
a
out.
loose cat into there? Hold on a minute, Pat. Who
I
puts
had
a
no
loose,
cage.
a loose cat in the
What
car?
am I supposed to do? Get a laundry basket?
Dude,
Yes.
that would be a sweet game show. Just throw like 4 cats into a car, and you got like a destination to get to, and you have a certain amount of time to get there.
And see if you can do it without the cats getting underneath the pedals and trying to like play with your feet.
Tearing your fucking eyes out.
Ideally, if you had a cat, you have surely had to take them to the vet before to get fucking
Absolutely.
shots. So you for sure should have had a cage.
Dude,
Nope, not this
they
particular
cost,
time.
like-
I did not.
It cost like $14, and I mean, I had
I got
$14
to go down the
but
street that
Look,
I was
dude.
driving down earlier this week.
I had a lot of
Can't do it.
groceries. I lived on the 4th floor.
I didn't have time to go to the PetSmart, guys.
I'm not getting home.
It's fine.
till
The
1
cat
in the
is
afternoon.
fine.
I had
Lives
a-
in a happy home.
I had a friend who had a cat that was such an asshole that if he ever had to take her anywhere at all, he would have to put her in a suitcase that zips shut, because if it was
That's
any,
animal abuse.
if there was any other kind of like case, like one of those like cardboard cat carriers or whatever, she would tear it to fucking pieces and get out somehow.
What kind of fucking wild animal cat did your
suitcase.
friend have?
I don't know, but it was the nicest cat ever until it had to be taken someplace.
Till
And
it
I
was
like,
shoved in a
"Fuck
suitcase."
you, leave me alone.
Can you imagine getting into a car as a cat with no understanding of what the fuck it is? You must just think you're gonna die for sure.
Probably.
Like,
It
Yeah,
doesn't
you have
make
no
any
idea
sense.
what's going on.
I want to see time travel become a reality and see people from like the 1920s show up today and be like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Oh, dude, there was an episode of fucking what was the thing with Captain? Was it called Captain Planet? What the fuck was that shit called? Well, there was a dude. You guys remember Captain Planet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was an episode of Captain Planet where they had like this
Fuck you,
caveman
first
time
of all.
travel and get dropped off in the middle of like modern day, like that exact same concept or whatever the fuck, and saw a truck and was freaking out. And like ever since then, that thought has been burned into my head. Like, I wonder what it really would be like if you brought somebody back from like this year or that year and you just show them what shit is now. Show them a fucking a smartphone. or
Aren't
something
you
like
curious,
that.
like what it's gonna be like 50 to 100 years from now if we survive?
Kind of, but
barren,
I don't want to
empty
jump ahead to
planet.
that shit because it'd scare the fuck out of you. Like there was that bullshit article about that guy who said he was from the future, but like he said he went to like the year 3029 or some shit like that. I was like, bull fucking shit. Because if you went to 3029, you would shit yourself until you died. You'd freak the fuck out.
Yeah,
How
there'd be
weird
some
shit has
nutty
changed.
shit.
Just in the past 20 years, how dramatically shit has changed. Could you imagine jumping ahead like a century and a half?
Yeah, like what the fuck would life even be like?
How is it? It might just be disembodied fucking like entities that are sentient floating around in space, and you don't know what the fuck they're talking about or what's going on. You're just
I'm
trying
so
to.
curious, like is there a limit to advancement? Like technological advancement?
We're gonna find out.
Like I'm just I
We
mean
keep
obviously
going.
we'll find out if
Fusing
like
with
Fermi
nature.
paradox is
They ain't
the
gonna
thing.
stop building it. They're not gonna, as long as human beings are
But you
still
know how
here
like
breathing.
10 years ago they had like, oh, this is what the future will look like in 2020, and it's like flying cars and shit. But like, what's beyond that?
What kind of weird sex shit are people gonna be doing by that
It's gonna
point?
be like that fucking Sylvester Stallone movie where they have the, sex
the
headphones.
Demolition
are on.
Man.
What is that? What it is?
Yeah, you wipe your ass with seashells.
What?
You don't remember that from that movie?
I remember the weird fucking sex
Yeah.
VR set they had to put on.
the fucking the fuck bot or whatever you put on your head, and that makes you feel the other person's sensations when they're getting off. But yeah, there's a thing in Demolition Man where he goes to the bathroom and there's no toilet paper. There's just 3 seashells on a fucking countertop. And he comes out and he's like, what the fuck do I wipe with? And Rob Schneider's in the movie because why not? And he's like, he doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. And they never explain it. But then later the director talked about it. Apparently you're supposed to scoop most of the mess away with the first 2 seashells and then scrape your ass clean with the last one. And you throw them down this tube that goes to an incinerator.
what the fuck?
That's so
Demolition Man.
Why the fuck? Who wrote that into the story, and why was it so important where they had to put emphasis on the joke with Rob Schneider?
I don't fucking know. The other weird thing about this movie is there's one fast food chain and it's just Taco Bell. That's it.
Could you
see
imagine
it.
like the fictitious scientist in their world where they were like, we need to abandon toilet paper and move towards seashells.
It's bad for the environment. We got all these dead clams. We need to do something with them. Yeah, just search.
Why something rough and rugged with ridges?
Fucking right.
And-
Well,
yeah,
they're like weird seashells. They're like they almost
they're
look,
soft seashells.
They almost look metal. It's weird.
I
Roam for no extra charge here.
Oh God, fucking goddamn it! Every time there's a
Hey,
10-minute.
but it's
fucking
the Umbrella
advertisement.
For the
Academy.
fucking advertisement.
It's a plug for the Umbrella Academy, though.
Do you
Damn
like
good
Umbrella
show.
Academy? You should buy a priest.
Sir, I formally convey my presence.
All right, so this is it.
Yeah.
How you doing?
We are not used to physical contact.
I can't really act, but you know.
I don't know if you guys know.
Where's
Is
the?
that Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
Did we already miss the seashells?
No, he's talking about it right now. So they're out of toilet
Did you
paper.
say toilet paper?
Oh, they used handfuls of wadded paper back in the 20s.
I'm happy that you're happy, but the place where you're supposed to have the toilet paper, you got this little shelf with 3 seashells on it.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
Super funny, Rob
What the
Schneider.
fuck?
Yeah,
Super
it's-
funny. Perfect role for you, buddy.
I watched this movie so much when I was a kid. Never remembered this shit until somebody had said something about it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, go back and watch the movie. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
All right,
And
so
it's
They
there.
wrote this
So-
in and used production millions of dollars to put this.
To make
They-
sure that
bullshit.
Sylvester Stallone,
They gave
Sandra.
cameramen and boom mic people and shit money that day so that Rob Schneider can laugh at Sylvester Stallone because he didn't know how to wipe his ass with seashells.
Gotta get that poop joke.
So,
in.
so am I right to assume that Sylvester Stallone, from this point on for the rest of the film, is running around with an unwiped asshole?
I mean, yeah.
That's what I. That's all I was thinking.
He's pretty pent
He was
up.
like,
He's-
"Hey,
he's
there's no
pent up
toilet
over
paper."
it.
That or he's missing
I'm
a
not
sock
using
at
a
this
seashell.
point.
You know, like any day you got monkey butt, you're kind of in a shitty mood all day long. You can't do anything else about that.
Look, look
you
at
ever-
the fucking face that he has right now. That's the
He's
face
got
of
mud
a
butt.
man who's got a handful of shit still stuck between his cheeks.
He's got a
mud
shitty
butt.
asshole right now.
Yeah.
He's standing up. This whole grilled cheese sandwich is all smashed together. It's a
Yeah.
real problem.
and,
over there.
he's trying to clench it, but the more he clenches, the more it smears higher up on his cheeks.
Oh man, yeah, it's a problem.
He's standing pretty uncomfortably right now.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had to walk around with shit in your asshole like that, where you couldn't clean
There's
your
been
butthole
emergency
out?
situations, and then you get a rash.
Yeah, you get drippy, and then you
and
go to
then
the
you get a
bathroom and clean
rash?
yourself up.
You get a fucking rash, dude.
Have you guys ever wiped for forever? It's like the
Yeah.
joke that
Yeah.
everybody makes about the open marker from fucking Parks and Rec. But then you're like, you finally get a clean one. You're like, it's gone. And then you one more just to make sure. And you're like, no, it's done. You go about your business throughout the day, maybe you get in the car or something like that, and you start getting like itchy and shit.
Yeah.
And then you go into the bathroom, you go for a wipe, and there's
It's
just
there.
It's a
It's
whole.
back.
It's not
where'd you
just.
come
It's
from?
back with a vengeance.
It's like it
there's-
goes back up in and waits until you're not It's like a fucking eel or something. It's like waiting for you not to notice, and it creeps back out again. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Where'd
Smears
you
my
come
whole
from?
butthole up. Luke's looking like he's never had this problem his entire
No,
life.
I thought you
How
were
much
gonna
did-
go in another direction. You're like, and then you get in the car, and I was like, hold on, are you digging in your butt? And you realizing you got shit on your asshole because you're digging in
Yeah,
your
and
butt.
then
in
you're
your
just
car.
getting in there, fingers deep, and
Yeah,
you
dude.
pull it out, and you're covered.
Driving around in your car with shit on your hand would probably be the worst place to be with shit on your hand.
God, especially in like an emergency situation, you gotta swerve or something.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Grab
dude.
that steering wheel
You're,
real
like, you're
quick.
distracted. You're looking at it. You're like, what the fuck? What? And then you're like hitting people or like missing lights.
And it's not
Trying
like
to
you
make
can
that
drive with
turn.
the window down with your turd hand out the window like a psychopath.
Then it's whipping up against the side of your car and shit. Now you got to clean your car.
Then you do get into a wreck, and you have to get out, and you have to explain yourself with shit all over your hand. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
so
sir,
sorry.
what's this
There's
on your
shit
hand,
my
sir?
hand. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
fuck.
The cops pull you over, you're trying to explain it, but he shoots you to death so you don't touch him.
I've got shit on my hands. Put your hand down now.
The psychopath's throwing feces.
Blows off a finger.
Damn.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, wait, so I have to ask this question because I might have asked this on the podcast before. Are you guys, when you wipe your assholes, do you sit when you wipe or do you stand up when you wipe?
I stand up.
I stand up
I
as
do.
well.
I do a first like
Who the fuck? What do you mean
Sitting
sit
on
down? How do you even reach in there?
you hover. You like lean forward a bit. You
So
get a
Yeah, I
little-
was
Standing.
gonna say I squat. I'll
No,
stand up, but
that's
I
hovering.
start squatting.
It's easier clearance because the cheeks are spread. You know.
No, I
Everything's-
hear that the sit and
So
wipe
wait, what
is
are you
the
talking
standard.
about? Like you're talking about standing straight up to wipe your
Stand
ass?
all the way up,
Stand all the
spread
way
the
up.
cheeks, and get the toilet paper in there. And
I guess
get
it
away.
depends on the
That's
shit,
how I shit.
you
That,
know?
that was how I was
Wipe.
taught as a child, and then I adapted and started to realize, oh, if I lean forward, this is easier, and I use less toilet paper.
Yeah.
But I'll still do the stand. If I'm in a public restroom, I ain't sitting on that toilet and wiping. I'm standing.
For sure.
Fuck that shit. My hand is not going anywhere near that toilet bowl.
I don't know what's going
who's
to
in
reach
there.
out and grab me. A
Yeah.
little tentacle from the toilet. Poop monster starts grabbing at
But
me.
your dick
So-
and balls
I
are
eat
okay.
at
what
re-
is alive?
I eat at restaurants where they serve food that give you monstrous diarrhea. I'm not putting my hand anywhere near a toilet. It's not
Absolutely
happening.
not.
Bro, have you ever used a bidet?
Yes. and they're
I wanna use a
fantastic.
fucking bidet, bro.
They're
Never
so
done it.
cool. A good like hack. It still like brings paper into the mix, and you got to like touch your butt. But flushables,
Touch my butt? Ew.
flushables are pretty dope.
I
If
heard
you can't afford a
flushables aren't
bidet.
flushables.
They are.
That's
They
what
have-
Rogan says.
they have
Rogan said that he
flushable ones now.
flushed them, and then they still clog up your drains or something.
Now
like
they-
that.
now
Don't they
have
make like
ones-
fat wads or some whatever they're
They,
called?
they have ones now that are made by the toilet paper companies that say actually flushable.
Oh,
That's
So,
what they
like-
need to do, because before they say it would be flushable and it would create these or fatbergs. That's what they're called. They're called
Yeah.
fatbergs, and they're in the sewer, and they're these giant shit wads of fucking disposable flushable wipes, whatever. But it's really them just getting
Can
stuck.
you imagine the
Dude,
oh
look up
my-
a fatberg.
No. Imagine the sewer dudes who are down there working the systems.
Yeah.
Like, we need to move quick. We got a shipper coming in quick, boys.
I mean, if it's bad enough for there to be a shitberg, it's bad, bro. It's really fucking bad. Like, these things are fucking huge.
Did you ever watch that the Dirty Job show from back in the day?
Of course, yeah.
Remember the one where the dude swims in the shit to like circulate it and like fucking like
To stir it up or whatever?
yeah, it's like
We don't want it to get
it's like-
hot.
Yeah, it's like these giant fucking like septic tanks. This dude gets like scuba gear on. He had to get special training to sift through shit, and he like jumps in the shit to make sure there's not blockage through like the runoffs and all kinds of stuff. It's
Oh
like
God, man.
What
I hope he gets paid
need
more
like
than
a
six
fucking
figures.
$1,000 an hour.
You need to wear a fucking Big Daddy costume from BioShock if you're
Yeah.
gonna get me that shit.
And then they better
Like,
burn it when you get out because I'm
Yeah.
not putting it back on.
Well, we've played the fetish video of the guy that gets in the full fucking S&M like
I've seen that.
latex suit and then jumps in and starts playing in it. And it's
I gotta
getting into
piss.
his eyes for sure. It's getting into like his mouth. He's a psychopath because there's flesh-eating bacteria
Or, like-
in septic tanks and stuff like that that'll
What a-
just fucking destroy your immune system immediately, give you fucking lesions all over your
Well,
face.
did you see the video? I think it was shared in the Bastard Sermon Facebook group. Go check that shit out. Of the dude who like just took a handful of shit out of a
Yep.
toilet and started smearing it on his face. He was just like doing some nice makeup tutorial with it, I
Damn.
guess.
There's some
That's
broken
fucking
people
gross.
in the world. I just don't understand how you get to the point to where, like, what kind of fucking horrible trauma do you have to experience for, like, poop to be your thing?
A friend of mine said that like him and some girl he hooked up with were going back and forth with like a fetish off, pretty much talking about like who was into what or the weirder thing.
Yeah.
And like it got down to this point where he was like, "Oh well, I'm into transgender people." It's like, "Oh well, I am too." Like, okay, well, I like butt stuff, and then he's like, "Oh, I do that too." Like, I like when I do it to guys too. Like, they going back and forth, doing all this shit. And then she was like, "I bet I got one that'll top you." And he's like, "What?" And she was like, "Scat." And he was like poop.
Oh no.
Yep, you win.
And her face was like red, and she was like, "Yeah, like scat." And she's like, "No, don't say scat. It's poop. It's poop. Say it's poop. I want you to say it right now."
We're not doing
And, like,
this tastefully.
Embarrassed the fuck out of this girl, and, like made her leave his apartment because she said she was into shit sex.
Hey, that's the appropriate response.
I
Who
agree.
the fuck plays with poop, dude? That's gross.
Yeah, I agree. There's a certain level where it's like, and now it's okay to
Yep.
fucking to shame that.
That's
What is it
not-
called? Not slut shaming, but kink shaming. Yeah,
yeah.
Now it's okay to kink shame. Like
Is it weird that pee isn't as weird?
it's not. It just isn't.
And when you think about, I'm like, I'll pee on my girlfriend's leg when we're in the shower and like think it's hilarious.
yeah, I do.
But that's not gross. But shitting on someone's like that's like a whole different tier.
It's insanity, yeah. Because you can drink your own piss if you need to. It's sterile as it comes out, so it's
gonna
not
die.
that crazy.
Like that's
When
why
it-
people got dysentery back in like the Renaissance and shit. Because people just fling shit out the window into the streets.
Yeah,
all the
and it
time.
hit you. That's where the term shit face came from, apparently, where people would they would get so drunk that they would lose track because there wasn't always like you didn't have your watch on you at all times, so you didn't really know what time it was unless you were listening for the dings. So people that would get drunk at the bars in old time, like I think the term evolved from Scotland or Ireland. I might be wrong about that, but I think it's Scotland. And they would come out of the bars, lost track of what time it was, and it's the time that everybody's get rid of all their shit buckets and emptying them into the streets, and they would walk down the street drunk and get hit in the face with literal shit. So the term shit face comes from like people getting
I came into
I
this
love
late.
how this degenerate, drunkard, shit-faced man right here sitting in front of me knows the whole history and background
history of shit-face.
what a drunken, shit-faced bastard is.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I got to look this up to make sure that I didn't make this shit up. Shitface, a brief history of the word.
Yeah, we were talking about how shit sex is probably like the top worst fetish on the planet, probably the
Yeah.
worst one ever. And
I'm listening.
where do we go with that one? I don't know.
We were talking about how
Why shit
your
on
friends
my face?
traded Yeah, how about how your friends traded back and
Oh
forth?
yeah,
To...
a friend of mine was going back and forth with this girl talking about who had the more weird fetish, and then she said scat, and he was like, "What, like poop?" And like kicked her out of his apartment because she said she was into shit sex.
I mean, that's fucking disgusting.
It is really
I mean, how
disgusting.
gross is a person really on the outside of all that shit? You know, like not having sex with scat stuff. Like, how gross are you though?
Yeah.
You know, you're not like some squeaky clean, eat off your floor kind of clean person. You're probably You probably didn't even like shower until a couple days after the scat, right?
Let's delve right into fetishes. We were gonna open with this, but we got into
let's go.
We didn't have a direct path into it, but now that we're talking about it, you have a friend or had a friend, or we're gonna leave them anonymous, right?
Yeah,
that was into furry shit.
Yeah.
Can we
And,
jump
like,
right
this
into that world?
This was when we were in like high school.
All right, now Nick, I challenge you to convince me he doesn't want to fuck animals.
He does or doesn't?
Doesn't.
Does.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
doesn't.
I spent a lot of time with this friend. I hung out at his house pretty much every day after school for a long period of time. Never saw him attempt to fuck a dog or a cat or anything like that. He didn't have animals in his room all the fucking time or anything. Like, he wasn't slunking off to try and go to the like neighboring farms or anything like that to try to find horses or cows. I spent a lot of time with this friend. I never saw him have an inkling to want to fuck an animal.
Well, that's called a zoophile. It's a different thing, right? It's
yeah,
zoophiles want to
bestiality,
Zoophile
bestiality and
and
furry.
It's
different.
tomato.
So I can't speak for every fucking furry on the planet, but my friend who was into that shit, it was all a role playing thing. It had nothing to do with fucking animals.
Of course.
It had nothing to do with wanting to fuck an animal. It's a lot of nerdy, closeted people who have difficulties talking to other people or getting along with other people. They feel excluded from social circles, and it's a way for them to connect with other people like them. So
it's how the autistic fuck, Patrick.
They have self-esteem issues, so they're not happy with themselves. So they create this person that they would like to be, who happens to have animalistic characteristics,
or a tail that's a butt plug at the same time.
Yeah, and then they talk to each other on the internet, hang out with each other. They're friends. He was a moderator for a forum back in the day when IRC was a big deal, and like all of his friends would talk about shit on there. And it usually was just people drawing cartoons. It was hardly sexual ever.
Big cocked wolves fucking Lola Bunny.
No.
It wasn't always even like a sex thing. It was just a way to become friends sort of thing.
It was not a
Is that what like bronies are too then? Is that
no, bronies are fucking weird.
What makes them different?
Because they fuck kids.
Yeah.
It is heavily documented that bronies fuck kids. I've seen way too many cases where that shit's come to fruition.
There was this dude. There was a dude that used to work at not US Bank. US Bank is a brony. No. I fucking hope not. I hope they would have just been like, "You're what? All right, you gotta go. We're calling the police. Good luck getting to your car." But no, there was this dude that worked at the game collection center at GameWorks or whatever, where you'd go in and cash in all your tickets to get prizes.
At the mall?
Okay.
No, at GameWorks, the place that I used to work.
GameWorks, my bad, go on.
Yeah, and then fucking this dude would creep everybody the fuck out. He was so strange to be around all the time, and he was a legit brony. Like, you went to his Facebook, and it was just everything, My Little Pony shit. Everybody would just fucking make fun of him. Even the people that felt like outcasts and loners would still make fun of this dude, because he felt like, and you would think that he was like looking at him like, oh, he's probably like 17, 18. He's 35 years old and just like dresses Pokemon shirts. He's got a Pokemon belt buckle, like would wear My Little Pony hats and shit like that. Lived at home with his mom. He wouldn't drive on the highway at all. So to see his like,
he wouldn't?
Yeah, the only way that he could ever see his girlfriend is if he bought like her an Uber to come over because he was afraid to get on the highway. Fuck. He was just a straight fucking weirdo. And then like I made fun of him a lot, so he never wanted to talk to me. And I would always turn him into Morty from Rick and Morty. Like, whenever I'd make fun of him, I'd be like, I don't know. I'd just make fun of him right to his face because he just creeped me out, and I don't want him around me, and fuck that dude. But at one point, I was curious because I found out that he was a legit brony. Wow. And I was like, so, Eric, like, how are you really, like, how deep are you into this shit? And he was like, I don't know. I don't really get into it. And I was like, no, I'm just asking you, like, legit. And I was like, how do you feel about, like, the writing on the show? And he was like, well, I mean, if you're really asking, I think that it's kind of fallen off from the actual legit fans. Like, it's more just like a kiddie show now. But, like, they used to, like, they
said
used
that
to do...
He said that?
Yeah, and I was just looking at him like, you're a fucking psychopath. Like, it is a kid show.
It's always
fucking
been a kid
animal.
show,
yeah,
man.
what are you talking about, dude? It's not for you. But yeah, he was like talking about like the writing and the direction that they were going in the plot and stuff like that. But everybody was like, that dude's probably for sure a pedophile.
I don't know what it is. It's like there's something about being attracted to shit like that because it's made for children, not kids. Children, tiny children.
It's a fetish towards innocence.
Yeah, it's fucked
what
up.
it is.
It's really bizarre, and like the people loop that in with the furry thing. It's not the same thing. It's like I was saying, like my friends and all his furry friends. It was hardly ever even a sexual thing. And if it was a sexual thing, it was between them and whoever they were dating. They didn't have orgies and go to conventions and dress in these suits and shit like that.
That does happen, though,
Yeah,
right?
it totally happens.
It does. It does happen. Like, but with my friend within his circle, they never did that shit.
So it was just like your friend was just a big friendship thing. It was like a
he was
club almost.
He was a fucking dork, and it was a way for him to connect with other dorks who liked to paint and draw.
Was this friend actually you? Don't lie to me, Nick.
No.
It was a friend he knew.
It was a friend
Cody.
that I don't hang out with anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how you
Glick,
have those friends in high
Glavan.
school you kind of like drift apart from?
Yeah, like furry friends. I
Yeah.
got you. Like, oh, I see the direction you're going in life, and I gotta go before you fuck some kids, and somehow I gotta talk to the police later about it.
Dude, it was fucking crazy because that friend actually ended up coming out to be gay at one point. And we had other friends that were always friends with us and like hung out a lot of the time.
That's crazy.
And it was crazy because when he told everybody that, there were a couple friends I had that were like, fuck that faggot, blah, 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 this,
That's
that. And
fucked up.
yeah, immediately. And I was like, wow, well, we can't hang out anymore. Like, I'm glad this all happened because now I know I don't have to entertain you anymore or be around you anymore.
That's such a fucked up thing to react to that too, because that is such a powerful moment.
Yeah.
I feel like, because like I've had someone do that with me, and it is just like it's such a fucking powerful moment. Like don't make jokes about it. Like it really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Like this is
It's a
someone's whole
hard-
identity.
It's
like
a big deal.
people used to get fucking killed over this shit, you know? Like it's horrifying for them to do this. So when they can put that kind of trust in you, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
There was
like,
you want to say?
Their immediate response to him coming out was just like, oh, we're not going to talk to him anymore. Like he's less than a person, pretty much. Not saying those
Christ.
exact
That's so
words.
fucked.
Not saying that those were the exact words that they used, but that was the sense you got about how they felt. Just like, damn, we've been friends for years. I had no idea you were this fucked up. I guess we can't hang out anymore now.
It's like knowing someone for so long, you find out they're a huge racist or something.
Yeah, like
just like
crazy
what
shit
the
like that.
fuck, man? Like I associated with someone like you. What the fuck?
For the longest time and had no idea.
That you were such a piece of shit like this. Yeah.
I always had like these weird, like, I don't know, like hunches or like weird. Like, you ever have a friend when you go over their house when you were a kid and their family was all like real weird? It just didn't seem right, and you kind of wonder like what happened when you weren't there.
For sure, yeah. And that the dude that I thought that about ended up shooting his two sisters to death, and then
What the
shot another
fuck?
dude.
Have you ever
Holy
told this
shit.
before?
I don't know, but the dude's name's Matthew Hayden. If you want to look him up, I went to middle school with him. He was real weird or whatever the fuck.
No
but, like,
shit.
I always gravitated towards like loners and weirdos and psychos and shit like
Because you're a
that.
loner.
Was
and
he a
weirdo
brony?
and a psycho.
Yeah, pretty much. But so we would like walk home together. We started getting high together, like smoking weed together in like middle school, and like hanging out at this one kid's house and just walking back home because he lived around the corner from me my whole fucking life. And then I turned 16 and moved to Old Coleraine. My grandparents, and my mom and my grandpa moved houses. Lost contact with them. You know how high school goes, and then you get old. You graduate high school, and you don't see any of the people from high school. Yeah, we're gonna hang out forever. You're never gonna fucking see those people ever again.
You'll hold on to maybe one or two of those friends,
Yeah.
and you'll see them on holidays and when they get married, or if somebody's getting like someone's going through a crisis and like, let's all go to fucking Gatlinburg, like some shit like that.
Yeah.
But you don't hang out with them every day.
Exactly. So I didn't even know what became of this dude at all. And long story boring, I ended up moving back into this house with my grandpa. So this dude's right up the street, and I remember that he's there, and I'm hanging out with another dude, Josh, that I went to high school with, and we were talking about what the fuck ever happened to Matt. And it was like, he's still right up the street. And it was like, every once in a while, I'll give him a phone call. He doesn't do anything. He just buys guns and shoots guns every once in a while with Kevin and fucking hangs out at his house. But he had like...
Breaking news tonight. Matt shoots.
No, it gets... Well, I'll just tell you the whole fucking thing. But, so we made this plan. Like, me and Josh were going to go over to Matt's and fucking get Matt and take him to the bar or whatever and see what he'd been up to. And Matt was kind of chunky or whatever and always... Like, he was weird, but he was always happy, smiling, fucking kind of not he's like doughy like I am right now. Like, not like fat, but you look and it's like you're out of shape. And then fucking we end up going over to his house, and his house is like it's right up the street from me over there on Banning. it's like a walking distance from my house, a block away and shit. But his house is like way the fuck back down a driveway, and there's all these untrimmed fucking bushes and hedges around and shit. And it's him, his dad, his older brother, one older sister, one younger sister, and one way younger sister, I think. It's a fuckload of people be living in this house. Dogs and shit, and you would never see anything. You would never see any activity in this house, nothing. It was just fucking dead silence all the time. I'd never seen the inside of Matt's house. He would always either come to Kevin's, my house, or we would fucking hang out in the woods and smoke weed together.
All those people and all those
animals,
animals,
I had no idea how he was
noise?
living. Well, I have no idea. I never knew how the dude was living at all. I'd never been inside of his house. It was always like just a thing that I never really put any thought into until me and Josh showed up to go like get him after years of not seeing him. And we fucking knock on the door, and his mom answers and was like, "We're looking for Matt. He was our friend in high school, seeing if he wants to come hang out." We couldn't find his number. He's like, "Yeah, Matt's here. Hold on, let me go get Matt." And she walks downstairs, and this dude comes up, and he's all gaunt and pale, and he's got big bags under his eyes and shit like that. And I'm like, "Matt? What the fuck happened to Matt?" And he's all skinny and fucked up and shit. And I was like, "What's up, man?" And he was like, "Oh, shit, Cody, Josh, what's going on, man?" And he like gives us a hug, and he's like, "Come on in." And we go downstairs, and like,
Yeah.
well, it's like, it's pretty normal. So I'm thinking it was going to be like weird or something, but it was just like, I guess his whole family just lives in there, and it was a little messy or whatever, and it seemed like there was a few people living downstairs together, but nothing like insane. But I was like, "What you been up to?" And we're talking bullshit and catching up with each other. And he was like, "Yeah, I just kind of collect guns and stuff. You want to see the new guns I bought?" And then he opens up like what looks like a cabinet for like clothes and shit, and it's just rifles all the way through the thing. And then like he opens this top
Red
drawer.
flag.
Well,
Red flag.
He was like, "You want to see the new gun I just bought?" And he opens this drawer and he pops open a case and he shows me, I think it was a 9mm like Beretta or something like that. I might have the gun wrong. That part of the story is relevant later. And I was like, "Okay, cool. I like guns. Like, that's pretty dope, man. We got to go shooting sometime." But I was like, right now, why don't we go up to like Naughty Pine? Because that's right up the street. Let's just go shoot some pool, catch up, get drunk. And he was like, "That sounds fucking awesome. I haven't seen you guys in forever." And we go up to the bar, and we're getting drunk and shit, and I'm telling him that I love him, I'm hugging him, fucking getting all drunk with him. Everything's good. It's good to see my friend again. And night ends, I take him home, drop Josh off and shit, give him a final like, "It was good to see you, Matt. Like, good to see you too, man." And then we just left, and I didn't see him again for a couple months. And then me and Jason were like, "Let's go over there and fucking see if we can hang out with, let's go see if we can hang out with Matt." We go and like knock on the door, and we hear movement and shit. We don't know what the fuck's going on. And then we were like, and then Jason was like, no, I was with Josh at this time, but it doesn't matter. We go around the back, and he was like, "Normally I just bang on the garage, and eventually he'll answer because they're usually downstairs, not upstairs." It's like, okay. So we bang on the garage for a minute, and then all of a sudden, one of the doors flies open, and it's this other crazy-looking older dude. And he's like, "What the fuck do you guys want?" And I was like, "We're just here to see Matt." And then like he had this like real super intimidating, crazy energy about him, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this dude's issue?" And then I look over, and Matt's right behind him. And he was like, "Oh, hey guys, now's not the time. Now's not the time." And I was like, "All right." And I was like, "I was just gonna see if you wanted to go to the bar." And he was like, "Nope, not right now." And his dad was like breathing heavy and looking crazy with his shirt off and shit. And I was like, I just figured it was his dad. It looked kind of like him, just like older and crazier. And I was like, "Okay, gotta go." And then a couple more months go by. I don't even think about Matt. And I'm coming home from work one day, and all of Banning Road is completely the fuck shut down. Like, just cops. I was like, "What the fuck? Did somebody hit a telephone pole? Was there a crash?" And I'm like, fuck it. And I go around the corner, and I go and pull in around Nandale to get back to my house. And then I go to bed. I don't think anything of it. Woke up the next day, driving to work, and then fucking Dan calls me, and he's just like, "Did you fucking hear about Matt?" And it was like, "Hear what about Matt?" He was like, "Dude, he fucking shot his two sisters to death and put 10 bullets in this kid, Austin Hacker. That kid's in the hospital fighting for his life." I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, wait, all of Banning was closed down yesterday when I went to come home. So apparently, I guess they'd been taunting him or something, and they were outside playing music real loud in their mom's minivan. And Matt got fed up and walked out there and emptied a full clip into the minivan when it was two of his sisters and the kid Austin that was with him. Fucking took the clip out all calm, pulled out another clip, reloaded, and then emptied the whole other clip. The gun that he shot him to death with was that gun that he showed me and Josh when I got there.
Dude.
The
What the
gun that he
fuck?
had just bought brand new, and he shot his sisters to death. And then you can look up like transcriptions of the 911 call. I knew his brother James too, and you can hear James on the thing where they're telling him like, "You got to go outside and check on him." And Matt, after he shot him to death, he just walked around the front porch and sat down, sat his gun down, and just sat there and waited for the cops to come.
Holy shit.
Dude,
And
that's
then
so
James
crazy.
James
He's a
was
piece of
inside
shit,
calling the
and he should
fucking
get shot.
for sure. But he's inside calling fucking 911, and he was like, my brother just shot my sisters and another kid, and they're like, you got to go out there and check. And he's like, I don't want to go out there. And then you can hear in the background them like help me, please help me, like I'm gonna die, oh god, like you can hear him like dying in the background. It's fucking horrific. And then they ended up dying right there in front of the dude, and then the other kid ended up living. But now Matt's in jail for the rest of his life.
Crazy, dude.
So you were talking
the
about
fuck?
that's a long, drawn out story for like what's going on in that.
Really long story.
I was thinking more like
But
weird
dude,
fucking
that's a crazy story though.
like what
Yeah.
if they do fucking magic in their basement or some crazy shit, like some fucking alchemy or something, or like they're like all fucking each other or something like that. I never thought you went to the extreme with that one. And it was real.
Real.
That's the fucked up part.
Real as fuck.
It's super real.
It's
Hold
so
on.
strange, like, because he said, like, the guy killed him and then just sat and waited for the cops. There was someone that was in the music scene her name was Megan Fambry, if you know who that is. She was murdered by
We
someone.
talked about this before.
Yeah, we talked about her once before, and the killer, after he did what he did, strangled her, he just called the cops and directed them calmly to where he was at.
Holy shit.
So fucking weird and eerie.
That's really fucking creepy. It's almost like a sleeper cell kind of thing.
It's weird as shit.
where they're just
so
like,
weird.
okay, I did my duty. Take me away now.
Fucked.
That's the monster?
He took 10. No, that's the dude that got shot. This is Matt. That was Matt in court.
Oh, yeah,
Was
he
this
looked real
blowing your
bummed about it
mind,
now.
Cody? Like,
it's
were you
n-
watching all this as it was going down? Like, what the fuck,
Like,
man?
I played guns with this motherfucker and he killed his
He
kid.
showed me that gun.
Well, no, hold
He
up.
showed me the gun.
I got pictures with the kid. So if you go to my Facebook, I can show you pictures with the kid where he tagged me and called me one of his best friends in the world.
Wow,
shit.
you're
Like-
best friends with a murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking strange. It's weird shit because they never closed his Facebook down or anything. I'm gonna have to scroll for fucking.
Does he ever write to you from jail?
No, I wanted to get a
prison?
hold of him and talk to him and like have a conversation with him about some shit, but I don't know where he's incarcerated at or what I would even say to him. Like, hey, what was it like shooting your sisters?
So
today?
yeah, killed
It's
your
like
family.
being a
What's
fucking
new?
monster.
So you finally got to try out that new gun, huh?
Oh fuck, man. Is it too soon?
No, it's never too soon.
Oh yes.
Oh god.
I don't know. It's not important.
You should fucking say. You should really say that to him, Cody. See what he says.
Yeah, let me get.
Don't waste
He's
any
gonna
time
start
talking to that
talking
piece
to him
of
on the
shit.
phone. He's gonna start crying his eyes out as soon as he makes it.
Well, it was nice talking to you.
Like, you
Hang
deserve
up.
it, you fucking monster, and hang up on
Well, I don't know. Jason felt bad for him. He was like, I feel like they were fucking with him, and I was like, yeah, but like you don't
I've
No,
been fucked
shoot
with
your
a lot.
sisters to death about it.
Fuck you.
I've been threatened. I've been fucked with long enough to make me want to beat the shit out of one of my friends and acted on it, but I've never wanted to kill them before, let alone my own family.
Yeah, there's me right there, and then Jason right next to me, Kevin, and there's Matt right there. And then if you go, you can still go to
With the
Matt's.
fucking scene haircut?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
Cody
him.
was tough back there.
Me with the scene haircut?
No, the middle
no,
fingers,
the
bro.
Matt guy.
Oh,
Yeah, and then Matt, when you go to his profile and see his pictures and shit like that, he tagged me in one of them or something. I think he tagged me in
Who
one
the
of them.
fuck is that guy?
I don't know. That's not actually him.
Well, yeah,
he just uploaded a picture.
Oh, it's the dude from fucking
what the fuck?
Knight Rider. What the fuck is it? God damn it! Why can't I think?
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. I thought he had more. Oh yeah. Well, never mind.
Was that you?
about That was me.
What is
Never mind
that?
about that. What was
Let's turn
that?
on.
All right.
Look
Are you
like-
slap fighting each other?
Well, no, this is me and Dion. Matt was in the background, I think, when I.
That was the dude from the Road Warrior. That's who it was.
Is that Matt? You're slap boxing?
No, that's Dion. This is from. I think this is from like 9th grade. Or
I remember
something
when
like
that Misfit shirt came out.
I still have
going
that
on here,
Misfit shirt.
Cody?
Allie. Well, we would just I don't know. We'd fight a lot after school, and
This is what you did in the
It's a
suburbs.
video of Cody slapping some other guy in the middle of a calm neighborhood.
He's not doing real good.
No, I
He's,
just see
he's
his
not
hair
blocking
everywhere.
shit. He just keeps getting the shit smacked. You fucked him up, Cody. He didn't even hit you once.
that's Matt over there in the red shirt. Yeah, Matt's over in the corner. That's why he was tagged in it. And my friend slowed it down and put music to it and shit like
you're
that.
bullying this fat kid with the curly hair. Like,
Yeah, he kind of gives
what
up at
fucking
the
music
You're
is
into it,
playing
though.
to this video besides Evanescence's Bring Me to Life?
That music right there. I didn't.
Tinder or something.
Yeah, I don't know who it
Badass,
was.
bro.
It was fucking
Badass, Cody.
stupid. I didn't want to pull this up. You guys wanted it. Yeah, it's
Cool
basically
points.
just me kicking the shit out of a fat kid with curly hair. I don't know.
You fucked his day up.
He wasn't super stoked.
Maybe
I don't
even his
know.
week.
Hey,
if
you're
he went
about
to
to bitch
school with
slap
you.
him, and that's still.
That was just a normal thing we did after
Like,
school.
how many
Just
kids go to
fight
school?
people.
Would you
Just
go to
beat
school
up
to
the
do?
fat
normal
kid?
thing.
Yeah.
No,
The
I got
same
into a lot
kid?
of fights when I was younger. I don't know. It wasn't that abnormal to fight your friends. It was like a fun thing that we did.
I was about to
I
ask you,
never
like,
had that desire to lay hands on my friends.
well,
I
no,
was a
no.
real
When you're
aggressive
younger, I mean, I feel like it gets kind of exciting. You get this adrenaline rush when you're about to like pick a fight, especially with a friend or something. You ever
I'm
like
kinda
been in a
with-
fight with your friends, like an actual fight, and you're like, "It's cool."
I don't like
man.
it anymore.
I'm kind of with Luke on that one. I never had the urge to hit my friends.
Yeah,
ever. And
no,
it would usually,
never.
it would
Ever.
usually end up really bad because my friends like watched a lot of Jackass and fucking CKY and shit. So they're like, "Oh, it's totally cool to slap your friends in the face really hard." So I'd hit them. I'd punch the fuck out of my friends, and they'd be like, "The fuck? I was fucking around." I was like, "You slapped me in the face for no fucking reason. Of course I'm going to punch you."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna play this game with you guys. Like I don't want to hit you, but if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back harder. It's gonna happen. I
Yeah,
almost-
usually whenever that happens,
I was
we just
hanging
laugh
out with
and keep
kids
doing
that
it,
shot
yeah.
their sisters to death. I don't know what you want from me.
It's a real,
I was hanging out with some real cocksuckers.
Real
I
sick
don't.
world out there.
I don't know.
I almost
hanging out
broke
with
a
some-
friend's leg once because he slapped me off guard.
Really?
I kicked the side of his knee, and he was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, sorry if that hyperextended or anything, but don't fucking hit me in the face."
Wait, your friends would just slap each other in the face for no
all
reason?
the fucking time, and I hated it.
We had agreements. Like when we would do this, it wasn't just like, well, I don't know. I had people swing on me that were my.
We had I had
friends.
agreements with our friend Kelly and another guy named Nathan.
Nate Schweitzer?
Yeah, and there were rules to laying hands on each other in that game.
Our friends never did that
there was,
shit.
There was like you couldn't lay physical contact
What?
on each other.
What kind of weird shit is this?
It was.
So
it
what
was
could you
like,
do?
Like a forceful contact. Like it was like
Huh?
good job, high five, and then like you high fived him, you get slapped.
What?
So is it like a tap more so
No,
than
it
a
was
smack?
a slap.
Okay.
This sounds real
We'd
dumb.
ball
Luke.
slap the shit out of my friends.
Huh?
Ball tap, ball slap.
yeah.
I
Ball
hated
taps
that
were
shit.
tragic, dude.
Dude, we did it all the time. I still get fucking like edgy when I'm around those friends, and it's been like fucking 5 years since we played that game.
Our
Me?
friends would do like the boob scoop thing. Where they
Boob
like
scoop?
scoop you real quick.
I
When
hate
you're not
that
paying
shit
Oh,
too.
yeah, my
or
friends
when they
do
take
that.
your hat, they take your fucking hat off your head. Like, bitch,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You're fucking with my style, bro.
Or untie your God damn it. Bobby used to untie your fucking shoestrings if you weren't paying attention all the time. He would just take
Let
them
tie
and
your
just-
shoes
And
together.
I never it didn't work with me all the time because I double knot my shoestring, so he'd pull and be like, "Oh, you suck." Like, why? So you can't fuck with me? Eat a dick. I'm not gonna like not double knot my shoestring, so you have to make me retie them every 10 minutes.
What was the most dick shit that you had that your friends tried to do to each other? It might not have happened to you, but it sounds like your friends really didn't. They were slapping each other in the face.
One of my a couple of my friends would like destroy our one friend's sketchbooks a lot.
What?
Like scribble in them, rip them up. do
What
all
the
kind-
fuck?
Yeah, that was probably the meanest thing any of my friends ever did.
That's
What a
really
fucking
shitty.
dickhead.
Yeah.
That's super fucking
So
shitty.
like that was like the last straw with him where he was like, I'm not fucking hanging out with him anymore. And then I still kept a friendship with that guy like later on. And all of my other friends were like, why doesn't he hang out? He's like, because he fucking hates all of you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. He told me to tell you that. Like, he doesn't want to be around you. He thinks you're all pieces of shit. And then they tried to be all apologetic and be like, oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's like, it's not cool. It was never cool.
Yeah, you really fucking pissed this dude off.
Yeah, like that's fucking shitty to do. Somebody's personal artwork, you're just gonna scribble all over it, and rip it up. and
Oh,
burn
they
it.
didn't
God,
just
that's
do it
such
to
an
empty
intimate
pages.
thing.
They would
No,
do
they-
it to his
They
art.
would fuck
That's
up his
evil.
sketchbooks.
Evil,
Like,
bro.
Mean.
That's
So
evil.
bad.
I would have fucking punched people in the face over that.
Because sketchbooks are so intimate, you know, and that's something like, you're just fucking destroying it. That's such a shitty thing to do. That's not a friend.
Can you imagine right now you as like a grown man tattoo artist making fine art for a living if somebody just started fucking with your like one of your friends thought that it was funny to
I'd
just
hit him on impulse. I don't know if I'd even be able to control it. I don't know what I would do.
Chase him
honestly.
down.
just trying to destroy your art?
Yeah,
Like,
that's fucking
like
bullshit. Like that's
spent-
not cool.
you spend hours making this shit.
I was
and-
pretty pissed. I did some sketches of some like powerlifting girls when I worked in Mount Healthy, and the dude that owned the place's apprentice drew dicks all over him, and I was like, wow, that's kind of funny, but still really childish at the same time. Those were fucking sketches, man.
Oh my god! What if he did he have him like peeking out underneath the shorts and stuff like that? All right, it would have been hard for me to be upset. I would have been like, fucking son of a bitch.
I was a little bummed, but I was like, it's just fucking sketches. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I get it. It's funny, but I'm still mad.
You still holding that grudge?
No, not anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. We used to fuck with people's sketchbooks, but not like with their art. Like I would take, like whenever somebody would leave their sketchbook at my house, like I would grab their sketchbook and do a whole page of dicks, like just dicks sword fighting each other.
So you just tear it out. They wouldn't do that. They would literally like draw right on top of shit that he was like doing.
Oh fuck that shit! I would be real goddamn.
Or they would like cut a whole bunch of the pages in half with scissors, like halfway through the book, so he wouldn't know until he got to it. Like they did all kinds of fucked up shit to him. They made fun of him for being faggy all the time and everything too. That's like they would say shit like that to him constantly, and then he was
not a friend.
He was a friend who eventually came out to be gay. So it was like, wow, that's really fucking shitty to do.
Was this the furry friend that came out?
It was the furry friend.
And then all your friends did was fuck with him and call him a faggot left and right.
And then they wanted him to be their friend later in life. I was like, why the fuck would he want to hang out with you, dude? You were mean as shit to him the entire time you guys knew him. Yeah. Why would he want to be around you ever?
Why do they want to? Do they just feel horrible about what they did?
They probably just feel bad and they want to apologize and try to look better in his eyes. But they were completely oblivious that anything they did was horrible. I was like, you really don't see there's anything wrong with what you guys did to him at all?
Dude, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I got bullied, and so did most of my other friends who I stayed close with. We got bullied by our friends more than other people. Oak Hill's like, it wasn't like fucking high school movies and shit where people be like, oh, fuck you, punker, like I'm gonna beat the shit out of you because you skateboard. Like that never happened. Jocks didn't fuck with us. Preppy kids didn't fuck with us. It was our friends that would like fuck with us on a regular basis.
I would get fucked with by all kinds of people when I was at Coleraine. I did.
Really?
That school sucked. Yeah, I had all kinds of problems.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a great time at Coleraine. I had such a great time at Coleraine. I thought none of that ever happened at Coleraine.
No, I fucking hated being in Coleraine, and it would make me viscerally upset at people because I would like just harbor these really violent fantasies about fucking them up because they would say shit to me that would really
you're a
piss me off.
psychopath.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No,
hangs out murders.
No, I was one step removed from school shooter. I'm glad that I found like a decent group of friends like later on because I could have easily have been one of those like outcast kids that just come in with a gun. Like Hey,
that dream is not far removed.
No, it's super far removed. I feel completely
Dude,
differently.
you can get back
now.
on the faculty. You can try and get your, get a degree. You can go back in there. You can live out your dream.
It was never like a dream, but I would just be like, I'm gonna fucking kill this motherfucker. Like the level of disrespect that people would throw at you sometimes.
I want to talk to you about this.
I don't know if you noticed either, but I mean, like most of those people probably hang out at Crossroads and Knotty Pine. You can still get them.
Oh, dude.
No, they don't. It wasn't like specific. I don't know. I just had some bad encounters because I was a long-haired Slayer shirt wearing fucking weirdo kid talking about weird shit or whatever, talking about weird darkness and fucking black metal all the time, and then fucking kids would fuck with me as they should have probably, and I reacted negatively to it. But I figured it out. Some kids don't ever figure it out, unfortunately.
No,
I just had a bunch of strangers call me Chuck all day.
Yeah,
Chuck.
I called you Chuck.
You called me Chuck.
That was your second name. I didn't know where the fuck it came from or what it meant or why.
I stuck around.
Why?
I think it didn't like die off till like a year later.
That was your name on Facebook
Like
for a while,
graduation.
Luke Chuck Young.
No, that's on my voicemail. It wasn't on Facebook. It was my voicemail.
Why'd they call you Chuck?
Because I can't change my voicemail. I have no idea how to access.
I haven't done that shit in years.
Yeah,
why do they call you Chuck though? Where did Chuck come from?
I came from Price Hill to Coleraine, so I didn't know him or any of my other fellow classmen because they came from Coleraine Middle or White Oak, and so I just didn't talk to nobody. And one day in gym class, this dude named Andy Schnoyer came up to me and said, and it's a lie because I look like Chuck Norris.
You really don't look like Chuck Norris at all.
By any means.
No.
What the fuck does that
By any means.
Andy was a fucking drug addict in high school, though. So
I wasn't a drug addict
no,
till
Andy.
sophomore.
I said Andy was a fucking drug addict.
I wasn't a drug addict till sophomore year.
No, I'd come in there and Andy and fucking Josiah would be sitting there talking about doing swirlies. I was like, "What's a swirly?" They were like, "That's when you chop up all your fucking oxycodone and your Xanax and your fucking muscle relaxers that you steal from your grandparents, and you make a swirl of pills and you see how far you can get before you black out." And I was like,
and now,
fucking maniacs.
I had a friend. I won't name his name because you know who he is. I'll tell you who it is after. But we were in high school one day at lunch, and he walks up next to me, gets out a $1 bill, a pill, and his shitty little cell phone, a flip phone. And he goes, "You're going to be my wall." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he rolls up the bill inside the dollar bill, crushes it with the phone, rails it right in the middle of the lunchroom, was like, "Ha ha!" And then gets up and walks away.
Oh my god.
With the fucking the lunchroom like teacher, like the person who was chaperoning lunch that period, like literally like from here to the guitar on the wall.
You said I know who this is?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Now I'm trying to piece it. Well, you got to tell me. We're about to take a break here in a minute.
Yeah,
What were you
I'll
going to tell me?
you.
Wait, did you name fucking Andy's last name after I just said all
I
that?
have no idea.
God
Probably,
damn it. I'm going to have
maybe.
to cut some shit out. I can't just call him. I don't know him.
I got really good at not saying names just from how much fucked up shit that we used to say on TNB all the time.
Yeah.
So we had to be very careful about whose names we said.
I want to talk shit about TNB once we come back. Do we have anything that we want to address right now before we fucking shut this bitch off for a break?
Do you have something you want to address?
No, Luke was saying something. Get to the end of your story real quick. You're
Chuck?
talking about doing drugs with Andy
Chuck?
or some shit?
You got something to say, Chuck?
No, we'll be back after the break, folks.
All right.
You
Gangsta
cursed
shit.
yourself, and now you're going to be called Chuck from everyone else
Chuck
now.
Young.
Please, no.
I kind of.
All right, guys, we're back. As always, we're sponsored by Kneel to No One. That's KNEELTONOONE.com. Kneel to No One. That's Anthony Tank Mansfield. He's an artist. He's a fucking bad motherfucker. He's been on the show several times. He makes the glasses that we're usually drinking out of, the Samurai Sifter glasses. These dope Kneel to No One t-shirts, one of which that I'm wearing right now. He makes enamel pins, and he's going to start doing custom art after he gets off his summer hiatus of doing art. Oh, what's wrong with my mouth?
He's the bastard boyfriend. We love him.
He also had some updates that he
I
wanted
love
me
him
to tell
too.
you guys about. Let me plug this shit really quickly. He said, I am taking commissions again. Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
I am taking commissions again, and I'll be working the LCTC Fall Fest on Saturday, September 7th. That's the LCTC Fall Fest on Saturday, September 7th. I'll be slinging glasses, shirts, and art in Lexington. And it looks like it's put on by the Lexington Comic and Toy Con at the Lexington Convention Center. Okay, so it's gonna be a big con.
Did you say
basically.
Toy Con? I'm fucking there.
Yeah, it sounds fucking
That sounds
legit.
cool.
Get out there, bring your fucking friends, bring your girlfriend, go have a fun time on it. It's on a Saturday. Everybody's off on a Saturday except for fucking me.
What's the last toy everybody bought?
Me?
Toy?
Yeah.
Oh,
I buy toys for the little one.
I
all the
just
time.
bought a $50 model.
Oh, the Barbados Gundam?
You goddamn right.
I saw
did.
that picture online. Yeah.
How long does this
I'm
take you to build?
excited. Well, it varies, but that's a master grade, so that one's going to take me a couple
It'll take a
hours.
minute.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
going to take me a
nerds.
long while.
I did a master grade tall geese, and it took. Well, I just showed you the pictures of it. It's not even done yet, but
Yeah.
I probably got like 8 hours into it.
Master
Yeah.
grade. You guys are saying it like you got to start breaking out impact wrenches and you got to get an air compressor.
Well, there
Like,
are
I-
tools.
yeah.
There's
Really?
nippers to pitch the pieces out and everything. Yeah, if you want to make them look right. But yeah, there are different grades. There's the HG high grade, and there's range between like 15 and 20, and then there's RG, which is 25 to like 34, and then there's master grade, and then there's PG, and then
What is
there's
PG?
1/100.
PG
Is
is
it-
perfect grade. Perfect grade is like 1 to 6 scale. They're fucking enormous.
Yeah,
Jesus,
and
I'm
there's
out of my
metal
element.
joints involved.
Some of them
and-
have like hydraulics and LEDs and
Yeah.
you
shit.
guys ever
What?
built that shit before?
Fuck no.
No,
they're
I would
expensive
love.
as fuck.
I would kill to build a PG.
I mean, you're talking if it's like dated, like if they don't make them anymore, you're probably gonna pay close to $1,000 for one of those.
Oh my god.
You know what I fucking hate about models?
Is that the highest level model? I'm sorry, Pat.
Perfect grade.
grades? I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the top.
God damn.
They
Can you
just
imagine?
they only introduced real grade over the past couple years.
They're
It's like,
great.
It's like hero grades with like a master grade endoskeleton, so like you can actually like pose them really well and shit. And the old hero grade ones sucked because they barely moved at all.
The
They were
plastic quality too,
Yeah,
is
it
a
was
lot
like-
better in the RGs.
And how do you assemble them? Is it screws and shit like that, or is there glue?
They
or
come on
what?
trees.
They clip. There's ball joints. You can clip the pieces around.
Is there
too. It's
instructions,
very
or do you just have to
different.
figure this bitch out
Yeah,
all by
there's
yourself?
instructions. They're mostly in Japanese, but all you need is the pictures. It's like this clips into this, and you're
It's
like,
it's
okay.
very akin to like Lego building. Like they show you the process
Yeah.
and the pictures.
I just
Okay.
fucking hate when they come out with the cutouts of all the plastic pieces and you gotta like peel them off and the
It's
little bits of
overwhelming.
plastic is there. Do you have to like
It
shave
is.
it off and
Yep.
whatnot?
Yeah.
I never did
So-
that. That's what my
Yep,
problem was.
If you want to do it the correct way, which is the longest fucking way,
Yeah.
is you take all the pieces out of the parts trees with your little nippers. Then you have to sand down all the edges to make sure that they're even and everything like that. And all those little nibs that were cut off the part tree aren't still on your pieces. If you want to be a fucking maniac like I was, you can take like tack and like long prods and put them on styrofoam and separate them all and airbrush them all individually and shit like that and let them sit. And then you put on a base coat. Then you run your fucking heat lines and your fucking undershadows and shit. Then you do a top coat on top of that. And then you do what panel lining is called, or you do panel lining, which is fucking awesome. Panel lining is the most satisfying thing on the planet.
You think you can?
And then you look in the mirror and you've grown a big white beard and you're wrinkly and fucking.
You can look them up, but they
Yeah.
do have like national competition, international competitions for this
like
stuff,
how
for
fast
model
you can
buildings.
build it, or
No,
how
like how
good?
how bitchin' they look.
Yeah, how amazing they look. And most of the times, the award-winning ones are the ones that depict the like war scenes because that's what they're meant for.
Dude, people will make little like fucking dioramas with like fake trees and shit and streams with like Gundams walking over them and shit.
Or like a street
it's
corner
crazy.
with buildings destroyed and like gunfire going on, and there's like miniature dead civilians.
Do they make stop motion animations of it and shit like that?
I'm sure they do. I've never really looked for it.
Yeah, same.
I believe it. I just was at the fucking Cincinnati Museum, and they have a whole fucking model built of like 1940 Cincinnati. The shit is crazy.
Yeah,
Was that your first time there?
Yeah, that was our first time there.
Wait,
How
where?
bad did you want a Godzilla all over tiny
Well,
Cincinnati?
you know, I was thinking that because I was like taking
Wait,
pictures.
what is it?
So down at the museum center, like they redid the whole thing. The whole thing is completely different now, and then they have this whole section, one whole side of the museum is dedicated to a miniature of all of Cincinnati. I think I got a picture of it, and I'll show you, but it's fucking huge. It's
So it's like
gigantic.
1940s Cincinnati or current day Cincinnati?
No, it's like here's a picture of like me way up high. They
Oh, that's dope. What the fuck?
the
That's
whole
awesome.
fucking Cincinnati. I'm not kidding. This thing is the size of like an Olympic swimming pool.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
dude,
really
that's
fucking
so
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Can you
And
imagine being a part of that project? And
there's
putting that
but
shit
they were still
together?
building it. They were
That'd be
building
fucking
other
sweet.
parts of Cincinnati. They were building like fucking Kings Island. They were building a couple other places, the train yard.
That's
And
so
they had
cool.
people walking around. Like people I was thinking like, can you imagine having a job where you're at the museum building miniature cities? But yeah, they had like this opening part and some lady got up and was walking in between the buildings like, this is what a fucking person would look like. Fucking 50 feet in the air. Rachel, look at this shit. I was a little blazed when I was there.
You
but-
have that one day where you're like, let's do acid and go to the museum, and then you
Yes!
see, and then you see these people
see this
walking
shit,
around
like-
in a tiny city, you start freaking out.
There was
like,
little things moving in between it. They had these little fucking like street cars moving in and like people flying kites and like little buckets going up and down and shit. And then they would turn off all the lights and all the lights in the buildings would go on. And it's fucking crazy looking.
Dude, I don't know why, but anytime we do any kind of drugs, for whatever reason, the universe just gifts me and my girlfriend crazy fucking people to interact with. Like the other night, we went to trivia night at my buddy's bar, Video Archive.
Hell yeah.
And on
It's
the
a
way-
great bar, by the way. If you've
Yeah, it's a
never been
lot
there.
of fun. But she did acid. She was like, "Do you want to do acid?" I was like, if you're doing acid, I'm not doing acid because I got to babysit your ass and make sure you don't die. She was like, "No, I'll be fine." But she was not fine. But then she kept it together, but she was being a little bit ridiculous.
Did you take it anyways?
No.
Okay.
I was sitting. But we were driving down fucking McMillan going over to Walnut Hills, and there's no shit this dude on the corner waiting for the bus, swatting at nothing and biting like
Yes.
like doing that, like just freaking the fuck out. We're sitting here at this light. She's about to start tripping balls. She's watching him happen. It's like, am I imagining this? Or is that actually happening right now? It's like, that's actually happening right now. That dude's biting the air real aggressive like.
So you're saying you interacted with this psychopath?
We just saw him on the fucking sidewalk. Like we were
Okay.
sitting at a light and he's just
Downtown,
sitting there
right?
fucking like freaking the fuck out, like waiting for the bus or whatever.
Little do we know, he was really combating a threat to our universe.
That'd be fucking tight. Somebody ripped a hole through the dimensional
Only
shift.
that guy and Mariah could see it. Mariah started seeing it as the bus was pulled away, and she's like, "Wait, hold on! I see demon ghosts. He's fighting demon ghosts.
He's
You're like, come on,
saving
Mariah,
us."
you're acting crazy right now."
The lightning round for the trivia question was name all of the Kardashians' children in order from oldest to youngest.
I
How
would
the
have
fuck do you do that?
Nobody got that shit right. I was like, this is a dumb throwaway question. But I looked at her because she watches that show like it's gospel. I'm like, you have to fucking know this. You've watched so many hours of that garbage television show.
Right.
Please tell me you know this. And she just looked at me like a scared child because I was like, oh, wait, you're on acid. This probably isn't fun.
Yeah, trying to rack her brain. with all
Time's
the
ticking.
Kardashians.
You know?
Just slam a piece of paper. You have to name all the Kardashians oldest to youngest or we're going to die.
1 minute.
Just watch her shut down.
Like, oh, just kill me now. Kill me now.
God,
Dude,
that'd be
I miss
crazy.
man.
psychedelics.
So, Wait, you were gonna go on a psychedelic thing?
No, I miss psychedelics.
You don't do them anymore?
I want to. I haven't had any yet.
That's because you won't take mushrooms, retard. Just
Because
do
I
mushrooms.
want to do. I want to do.
Acid's
acid.
better.
Yeah, thank you.
Why is it better? What's better about it?
It's less physical. It's more
The
mental.
visuals to me are so much better.
So
What do you mean by less physical?
doing mushrooms is a lot like being really baked, and then
Yeah.
it also fucks with your stomach because you're poisoning yourself. So it's more of like a body thing. Like you feel it physically more. Acid's more of like a mental shift where you just perceive things differently. And it's silly and it's fun. It doesn't fuck with your body at all. You're just like, whoa, this is what's going on right now.
Yeah, I don't know if when I was back in the day taking acid, I don't know if it was acid or research chemicals, but
Because
like,
you dummies were doing it when you were like 12, you fucking idiot.
Drinking fucking cough syrup like some of my dumb friends did.
Yeah,
You are old enough to buy drugs. You know drug dealers who sell drugs.
Buy
Why are
real
you
drugs.
stealing cough medicine and using that to get high?
Of course, eating coughing colds. Like, get the fuck out of here. Well, don't
Why?
get the high blood pressure shit or
Oh,
you'll
they
die.
weren't
Just
doing-
buy real drugs like an adult. What
Right?
the fuck are you doing?
They were adults. They weren't teenagers anymore. It's like, fucking just buy real drugs and stop killing your liver and your heart. What's wrong with you?
They weren't doing cough syrup. They were doing triple C's.
Which is...
No, it's just cough syrup, yeah.
Oh,
They
I
did
thought that
both.
was pills.
They did both.
Yeah,
Of course,
it's pills of cough syrup. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
but you have to eat like a whole box, which
You eat
is
16
horrible
of them.
for your organs.
Well, it's not, it isn't good for your body. I watched Sean eat like fucking. He ate 2.5 packages. Each package is 8, so he ate math just fucked my brain up. 22. He ate 22 of them.
Jesus
and then my
Christ.
uncle, and it was before I got there. It was in the days when we would party at my uncle's house, apartment or whatever. And he was there with his girlfriend already, and I was like waiting to get dropped off by my mom or some shit. And I got there, and Sean had like. I had just saw my uncle grab something out of Sean's hand and walk to the back and put something in the safe. And then Sean was like, come on, man, I'll be fine. I'm experienced. And then it was like, fuck are you guys talking about? And he was like, your buddy just ate fucking an entire package of Corseat and Cough and Cold and made it through another tablet before I had to take the rest and put it in the safe in the back. And I was like, Sean, you ate 22 fucking Corseat and Cough and Cold? And he was like, yeah, I'm trying to robo-trip or whatever, tripping balls on triple C's or whatever the fuck. And he was high as fuck. It was the first time I ever saw somebody on triple C's before, or
It's-
like even really tripping. We were probably
it's
like
pretty
16,
jarring.
and he was just falling apart on the couch, just like, ugh. And we were like, I know it'll really freak him out because I had no like a perspective on what to do around people that are on drugs, so I was just kind of like, let's fuck with him, like the worst thing that you can
Yeah,
do.
it's
And
the
shit.
worst thing you can do.
So I was like, what's the trippiest shit I can think of? And at the time, the only thing I could think of was Oz. And there was a specific episode of Oz where, if you're familiar with the show, is about a prison complex called Oz or whatever that HBO used to put on. And the show started with this dude that's in there, and he's in a wheelchair, and he starts off every episode with a monologue. But there's one that's particularly weird where he's strapped into this, like, he lives in a glass box because Oz is a fucked up facility, and if he's in a wheelchair, they would kill him immediately almost. So he's in this glass box, and he's giving the monologue, and then the lights go dark, and then he's talking about death. And as he's talking about death, the cell slowly starts rotating, and he starts going, like, upside down and shit while he's, like, never breaking eye contact with the viewers at home. And then as he's talking about death, a projector turns on, and it's just, like, blood being washed over him. And then, like, he starts talking about love, and, like, then hearts start going over him. Then he starts talking about sex, and it looks like milk's being poured over him or whatever. And Sean's, like, just completely fucking just staring at this, like transfixed by this image. And I was like, Scott, my uncle Scott, I was, Scott, go get the sparklers. And he was like, huh? He had multicolored sparklers in the back left over from the 4th of July because it was right around the 4th of July. And we had like 6 of them, and we lit them inside the apartment. It was like a roadside torch that we had just lit off with like 8 different colors. And in the middle of this monologue, I was like, hey, Sean. And I stuck it in front of his face, and he was like, oh, like just, he went completely catatonic after that and started
Creating
walking around the
PTSD.
backyard. The story ends with Sean in the psych ward. So yeah.
The worst
Good
thing
friend.
I ever did to anybody
You put him
robo
in
tripping.
the-
I didn't put it. He put himself in the psych ward after he left.
A bunch of people that were hanging out at a friend of mine's house over the weekend were doing a bunch of triple C's, and I thought it'd be a great idea to
Cripple
walk.
C's.
Cripple C's. That's what they do. They cripple the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
But I thought it'd be a great idea
Yeah, here's the
to
cripple C
tie,
gang sign.
to tie my gym shoes around my knees and walk into the bedroom they were all hanging out in on my knees so it looked like I was a little person. And they flipped the fuck out. One girl cried. She was like, what are you doing? Like started weeping in front of me.
Triple C's are fucked. I don't know. I did some cough medicine, but not enough to like really trip balls. Just enough to make like myself feel super weird, and like I would be drinking on top of it. So it was just
That's
wow, I
kinda
feel
what I
weird.
did.
But I never got like tripping balls on Triple C's high.
When I was like 15, I drank a bottle of Delsum. Like we all like were drinking cough syrup.
Delsum will ruin you.
Yeah, I just felt sick. I was like, this is what you guys do for fun all the fucking time?
Morons.
And they were like, oh, it's fun. You just got to embrace it. I was like, this is not fun. And then my one friend did it too. And then like 2 of my friends went on a walk and like left in the middle of the night and left us there. And he decided to be a great idea to turn Slayer on real fucking loud and turn off all the lights and just lay in his bed. And he lived in a basement. So I was just like sitting in the dark by myself with no one to talk to and Raining Blood, like the full album just fucking blasting out of his stereo system at like 3 a.m. I'm like, wow, this really fucking sucks.
I can only imagine the thoughts I would have while tripping face and laying there in the pitch black listening to
Slayer.
Oh my god.
That would make me feel
The
awful.
vision-
And I
the
love Slayer.
feelings.
That's one of my favorite bands of all time, but I don't want to listen to Slayer when I'm on fucking hallucinogens.
But you know me, I like to do like the scary shit.
Because you're
Watch
a
the
moron.
scary
You
shit.
play with your brain like you can't break it.
I had a
Get a
friend-
break eventually.
I had a group of friends who decided that they were going to do Dramamine, which I can't remember what medicine you get.
It's anti-sickness medication. It's like when you're on a boat when you get seasick. It's anti-seasickness.
Yeah.
Or like
if you
plain
if you
stuff.
overdose on it though, it's like living in a nightmare. Apparently, it's
What?
like you imagine spiders being all over you, and you're fucking scared and catatonic and freaking the fuck out. The
Oh,
whole time.
no, dude,
I was like,
what?
why do you want to do
Really?
that? Like of all the drugs on the planet, why do you want to do that? Like it sounds intense. Like you guys are stupid.
It's fun.
It's not.
Are all your friends in jail? If not, I'm calling the police on them.
A lot of them have been in jail, and I don't talk to a lot of them anymore for obvious reasons.
Yeah, the dudes that want to take nightmare drugs.
That does
for fun.
that does sound kind of interesting.
Yeah,
that, dude.
you're a
Dramamine sounds
psychopath,
horrible.
Luke. You want to take fucking Dramamine overdose? You do that, get back to us on after you stab your roommate and your dog to death, and you wake up crying in a bloody pool. Yeah, you tell me all about how fun it was.
I've seen enough friends completely fry themselves to know that there's a limit. There's
Yeah.
only like keep it modest. Don't do it all the fucking time.
It really
you know?
does change people. People talk about it like you can, oh, it won't fuck up your brain chemistry.
Yeah,
If there's
it
something
can.
else
Dude, it
underlying,
totally melts people.
It can for
seen
sure.
it happen a bunch of times.
So I've had shit offered to me multiple times. I'm just like, no, I'm good. And they're like, really? I thought you. Like, yeah, I used to. Used to is the key phrase there
Right.
because I got what I needed from it. I don't need. It's not meant to be a recreational drug necessarily.
Not
In
at
my
all.
mind, at least, that's the way I see it.
For Luke, though. Look at Luke over here. Like, come on, fellas. Luke would do acid every day if he could.
It's
every
fun.
day.
No, I wouldn't.
How
because
often would you do acid if you had a steady stream of acid?
I had a two-day long trip, and that was exhausting. Like I did.
You don't say.
By the end of it, I wanted it to be over. Like I was just like, please go to sleep. Please go to sleep.
Yeah, that shit's awesome. That happened to me the first time I did mushrooms. Just like close my eyes, laying in bed, and the fucking kaleidoscope burst, just like how Doug Stanhope was talking about or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like you close your eyes, and like, holy shit, I can't even close my eyes right now.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
gotta
Oh,
throw
that
it
happened
up
to me on
and-
mushrooms too. Mushrooms got way too intense for me. That's when I was like, fuck psychedelics. And then I did 2,5-I, and I was like, for sure, fuck psychedelics. Like, no thanks. I'm done with these drugs. Maybe it was just because I just was in bad environments for doing psychedelics. Like I just wasn't, and I wasn't doing them as an adult. I was doing them. I stopped doing them when I became an adult legally. Like that's not
They're
the time.
mostly a young man's game,
Yeah.
honestly, because like you're already coming of age, you're exploring yourself, figuring out who you're gonna be the rest of your fucking life.
Right.
So that's usually the pivotal moment to be like, all right, I'm gonna try some shit.
Time to take wild gambles with my brain chemistry. Right now. Really throw it all on the line.
But yeah, like later on, I mean, like it sounded like an old fucking yuppie. Like I'd imagine if I went on a honeymoon, I'd trip. If we went on like some kind of vacation or something, if the situation was appropriate for it, maybe like if we got a cabin or something.
Yeah.
But I hear about friends that were my own age who go to fucking music festivals and fry their face off for 3 days straight with strangers living in the same campsite as them the whole fucking weekend.
Yeah, no.
Like you trust people way too goddamn much, or you've not been fucked with enough to not trust people enough.
That's a fact.
Some psychos out
Man,
there.
that sounds
That's
like
a fact.
so fucked up.
Yeah.
When you even say it like that.
Yeah, dude. So many. And
That's
they don't
how
have
it
people-
is.
I know, but I mean that's just when he says it, that's just how it
dread-headed
is.
Wearing
Yeah.
people going out to the forest to
Fuck.
trip
Let's
around.
do a
on
bunch of
strangers.
drugs with these people and sleep next to them.
Yeah. Speaking of fuck hippies, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was great.
That's a fact. That's
the whole
a fact.
time I was watching the movie, I was like, yes, fuck every hippie.
Was he shitting on hippies the whole time?
The whole time.
All right,
Oh
dude.
yeah, it was some good shit.
Dude, I gotta recant. I know that I said we could talk about this, but we can't. I
That's fine.
love Tarantino.
That's fair.
I want to fucking see it first.
You should.
I'm sorry, I recant. I can't do it.
We
I wanna
won't talk
fucking-
about it, but you're gonna see Leonardo DiCaprio in a bathrobe screaming at some dirty hippies about being dirty hippies, not smoking weed on his property.
gonna
It
beat
is
off.
hilarious.
It's gonna
fucking
take.
awesome.
It's gonna
with
take-
a picture of margarita in his
Yeah,
hand.
yeah.
It's gonna take everything in my body to not Pee Wee Herman style beat off in the movie theater to that scene.
You let me know when you're off next.
I share your
get you
disdain
in.
for hippies. When does the movie go out? I heard it goes out of theaters soon.
It'll be there for at least.
Just go
another
see
month.
it, dude.
Really?
I would imagine.
It's
so.
got some time.
Fuck yeah! I'm
I
going
mean,
to see
it's
it
a good
tomorrow.
movie, man. It is a good movie. Just don't want to go in there thinking it's a.
It's long
Violent
as shit.
mess.
I
so
got you tomorrow.
Well, all Tarantino movies
drain the
are
lizard
fucking
before you
long.
get in there. Make sure you don't have any liquids in you because it takes a minute to get through that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I know what a Tarantino. I
like
went and
3
saw
hours,
Django
too.
in theaters. I saw
Yeah.
Hateful Eight in theaters. I try to go see all the Tarantino shit in theaters and the Scorsese shit in theaters and stuff like that.
I liked this one more than Hateful Eight.
Yeah, Hateful Eight was a very dialogue based thing, and I didn't love it. It was one of those where I was like, it was good, but it wasn't for me one of his. To me, it felt like. It didn't feel like Death Proof, but it felt like the feeling that I got from watching Death Proof. I was like, okay, I see what you did. It was fine, not for me.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's a lot like Death Proof, and where there's a lot of build up, and the payoff is awesome.
Yeah, for a while, that's like my only issue with it. No spoilers, but like for a minute there, for like 2 hours of the movie, I'm like, is this going anywhere?
Yeah,
Does this have anything to do with what this was promoting?
all the
And then it
scenes-
gets there eventually.
The scenes with Margot Robbie were kind of hard to get through because it's
I was just like, what? This has nothing to do with what I'm watching.
yeah, it seemed really like when you know the bigger picture of the whole thing, that's when all those little scenes kind of make sense.
Yeah, they only matter once the end happens.
Yeah, so it's one of those movies you'll have to watch more than once probably.
I was about to say, would you watch it again?
Oh fuck yeah! I
Yeah,
wanna see
that
it
was a
again.
good movie. It was a fucking great movie. But it's just you don't know what the fuck's going on until like 2 hours
What's
in.
your guys' favorite Tarantino movie? Like favorite all time, hands down Tarantino.
Right now that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Natural Born Killers isn't his movie. It's he wrote it and then Oliver Stone changed half the script and directed it his own way. And Tarantino hates that movie because he changed everything
Well, it's still
that
a
he was
really
going
good
for.
film, though.
I
Dude.
like it, but Tarantino fucking hates that movie. But
Django, Reservoir Dogs, Inglourious
Reservoir
It's hard.
Dogs.
It's
I
fucking
think
yeah.
Inglourious Bastards is like right up there with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Jackie Brown's one of my
and
favorites.
then
Jackie Brown's great.
right underneath, like a little bit, like right underneath Inglourious Bastards and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the first Kill Bill.
So we went
I was
in
about
like
to say Kill Bill. Yeah, that's a fucking winner right there.
this is like good thing we're talking about this because he was actually talking about doing a possible Kill Bill Volume 3 along with a Star Trek film rated R. But the thing is, like, he wanted to stop after 10 films. Mm-hmm. But this like rated R Star Trek, from what I've read, is supposed to be in the same universe as J.J. Abrams with the Chris Pine and all that. So I think that's so weird. Like, how are you
That
going
is
to bring
really
that from
weird.
PG-13 to rated R? That's so fucking strange to me.
Yeah, I mean there were certain scenes in the Abrams Star Trek films that kind of like pushed the PG-13 thing a little bit. I loved those movies. I thought they were great. I don't know why they weren't well received.
Because
just
they
don't
didn't
care about
have
Star Trek at
laser
all.
swords,
Yeah.
Nick. That's why they didn't have laser swords.
No, it's just
Fuck
so- I
Star
feel
Trek.
like-
To be fair, I don't like old Star Trek. I never got into Next Generation.
either.
Never got into Deep Space Nine. Never watched the original series all the
Wrath
way through.
of Khan, any of that
Never
shit?
saw
No.
any of those movies or anything. But
None.
I like the new movies because Abrams is a bad fucking director. He does it good.
He is good.
But-
I'm glad he's back on Star Wars.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
never
that piss
cared
poor
for it.
excuse for a Star Wars movie that came out a couple years ago.
The Last Jedi.
You mean all
Fuck
of
that
them?
movie. I'm not a
I
fan
like
of
The
the
Force
new trilogy.
Awakens. I liked it.
I like
thought
it
was
less
good.
and less the more that I think about it. I mean, when I first see it, I was like, oh, more Star Wars, cool. But then you think about it, and you're like, you're ruining everything.
The thing I like about the new Star Wars is the shit that has nothing to do with the Skywalkers. Like fucking
Yeah, get
Rogue
off
One
that
was
shit.
dope.
No, it wasn't.
I liked it. I thought it was
No,
great.
Luke will explain. I thought it was great
The
too.
Mandalorian's gonna be fucking awesome.
The
too. I'm excited
Mandalorian
for that
looks
shit.
awesome.
Nick. I thought Rogue One was good too, but Luke sat here and debated with me about it, and it was the only time anybody's ever changed my mind about a movie mid podcast. podcast. I was like, you know what? Rogue One was a dog shit movie. The
kinda
only
poorly
good part,
dog shit
the only
movie.
good part of that whole fucking movie, I'm
It
telling
was
you.
entertaining. I liked it.
I like the
You know
cinematography.
what was the most entertaining? The last 3 minutes with Darth Vader.
That's right.
And you know
Yeah.
why? Because it's fucking
Laser
Darth Vader.
swords.
Make a goddamn Darth Vader movie. Show me what Darth Vader had been doing that entire. That's the next
There's
movie to
volumes and volumes of comic books with all that shit in it.
There's
They
a
can
great-
movie
make
from.
a
Yo,
movie.
there-
yeah,
Make
yeah,
a
tight.
movie.
Cody, that's
It
funny
would
you
be.
say that. I mean, there's a prequel series out there called like Star Wars: A New Hope,
I
Star
know.
Wars,
But
Empire
bro,
Strikes Back. You
son
know,
of a bitch.
or like Phantom Menace.
and
You know,
he's
that's
a pussy
that's a
in 'em.
prequel on Vader. Just so you know.
Dude, the thing that pisses me off.
he's,
Yeah,
he's whacking those though. Think about it. Like they didn't have the technology that they have now to make that shit great. Now they had that, and they're like, you know, the story we're gonna tell you. And we're like, fucking what? They're like Han Solo, and we were like,
no
ugh,
bullshit.
ugh.
That movie was really bad.
Yeah,
It was
I didn't
fucking
even
awful.
see it.
It
I
was
was like, I'm
really
not
fucking
watching
terrible.
that.
was
What
bad.
are you talking about?
But like, so there's like the Mandalorian, which looks fucking awesome.
I
Looks
hope-
awesome from the trailer.
It looks like it could be really cool. I have theories on what it actually is going to be because they're not saying who the Mandalorian is. They just even if you look on IMDb, he's just the Mandalorian. But there's a bunch of these dudes that when the Mandalorian Wars ended and they all disbanded, became bounty hunters and shit.
Could be.
Was still tight with Jango Fett and everything like that. There were other dudes that used to be Mandalorians and
thought
fought in the
Boba
It
wars.
was like a
Only
whole
Mandalorian
species.
left.
It was like a whole planet of
His
Mandalorians.
His ship that he flies in
Slave
the
one.
trailers, not the slave one yet. And if you played Star Wars Bounty Hunter back in the day
I
with
love
Jango
that
Fett,
fucking
That
game on
game
GameCube.
that game was sweet.
The
Oh,
shit, man.
I'm thinking a lot of these characters that are going to be in this new show are characters that were in that game.
It's supposed to be
Because
5 years.
the ship that he's flying in the trailer is the same one you start with before you get to Slave One in that game.
That'd be pretty crazy.
So I think it's Django's old ship.
It's supposed to be 5 years after Return of the Jedi. That's when it's set in.
That's the one thing that kind of throws me off with the timeline thing. Because I did see that after watching the D23
Yeah.
trailer or whatever else. Because like, oh fuck, it's
Dude,
not.
and fucking Ewan McGregor is coming back as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's gonna be fucking cool too.
Damn, they needed that shit.
I was really worried they weren't gonna make that shit because they talked
too.
about it, and then fucking Solo did so horrible. They were like, scrap the Obi-Wan movie.
I just think, I mean, even though Disney's like such a fucking monopoly of a fucking business, they've been really focusing on like fan requests and stuff. Like, spoiler alert, have you seen new Spider-Man?
No, I haven't.
Do you want me to tell you at the end of it?
Yeah, you can go ahead. I have no excuse for not seeing
They
it at this
brought
point.
All right, I'm gonna say it. All right, they brought Jonah Jameson back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they brought him back. You know,
brought-
That's fucking
just
awesome.
that's only due to fan request. You
That's
know?
so fucking cool.
It was.
brought
He's
back-
like Alex Jones.
They brought back
kinda.
Simmons to be him again.
Yeah.
That's so badass,
The
man.
shit, man. It's
Dude,
awesome.
that infamous laugh when he asks for a raise. He just looks at him all
Oh,
serious.
yeah,
Like leans his head back. It's like, yes.
the best role for that motherfucker.
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
But yeah, there's that. I mean, there's a bunch of shit that's going on that's really cool.
Dude, and this is so off topic, but I just got this text message and I feel like it's podcast relevant. But my mom texted me in the middle of the podcast, you should watch Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones on Netflix. And I was like, I already went on a fucking rampage of how good that fucking special was.
Yeah, I've been really
like
loving his new shit, but I haven't seen this yet. But I've been
haven't
hearing a
seen
lot
it
of
yet either.
controversy on it. What's
it's-
up with it?
It's all trans related.
Not all of it.
What?
Well, the thing
Like
that people are
transgender
pissed off
pronouns?
The shit that people are pissed about, but he goes after fucking everybody.
and that's the thing. He rips on everyone. He's a
Everyone.
comedian. He's gonna make fun of everybody. Be glad that you're being included because that means you're being recognized as a group of people. It's everything else like that. It's comedy. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. It's not a TED Talk. It's him telling jokes.
Yeah, just enjoy it or don't.
And he made some fine points, this, that, and the other, but he never took himself too seriously the entire time. You could tell the whole time he's making fucking jokes. And every time you think that he's getting to a point, he takes a wild left turn and makes you laugh your balls off the entire time.
He plays that the whole time where he builds it up and you think he's going to say some serious shit and then he'll just 180 and just make fun of himself.
Yeah.
Like, immediately as soon as
That's
he's
just Dave
Dude,
Chappelle
I don't want to
humor,
blow.
dude.
I don't want to blow any of the punchlines.
Don't please, because I want to watch that
It's
soon.
so fucking good. I'm gonna watch it again when I get home. But like Allie can be pretty sensitive about a lot of topics where she'll just like there's certain things where she just doesn't want to. It's like that's not. Don't
she's
fuck around
younger.
about
I
that.
mean, younger people have been groomed to think that if you
But-
say anything
Right.
contrary to the group like the group
Yeah.
collective, and go against the status quo at all,
Well, I showed
you're
her
a shitty person. You should die. You should not be allowed to be a person on a planet.
I showed her 5 minutes of Patrice O'Neal, Elephant in the Room. I love that special. Have you ever seen that before?
I don't think so. No.
I showed her 5. If you watch the opening 5 minutes, you'll get how a woman's not gonna like that special right from the gate.
Right.
But like, I showed her that, and she was like, "Fuck, I can't watch this. This is just pissing me off. Like the misogyny, all that." So then she was like, they keep saying like this is gonna be a special that like is gonna piss people off. And I'm telling you, we turned this thing on together last night, and we fucking cried laughing, holding each other, crying laughing the entire fucking time. There wasn't a moment where I'm like. I've got all this congestion in my lungs, so it was making me cough to laugh. Like I was like, oh god,
Dying.
I was
dying.
literally fucking dying and getting lightheaded to the point where I felt like I was gonna pass out the whole time. Like the dude just went for it time after time after time, and I feel like it worked every time.
Yeah,
I feel like
he did a really good
He's-
job.
I think he's like the best comedian like of our generation.
probably ever.
Easily.
I think he's
He's been
seriously one
performing
of the
since he
best.
was like 12 years old.
Next to Louis. I mean, a lot of people hate Louis right now, but he talks about that even.
Yep.
And the way that he talks about it like makes a lot of sense when he sheds light to it. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. Like that's kind of fucked up that they like destroyed his entire career based off of something that he did
It's just a weird time. we live in, man.
Consensually.
and told everybody he was going to do it, and they didn't leave.
Yeah.
They just watched it happen. So it's like,
Still, like,
Is it fucking
a fucking
weird?
strange thing to do.
it is. It's a very strange thing to do.
You know what
Fuck.
else is a strange thing to do? Get in fucking animal costumes and jerk each other off. All right.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't
But yeah,
know.
it's-
If you haven't seen that though, I can't. It's one of.
good.
I
I'll
think
watch
it's
it.
one of my favorites of all time ever. I don't know what it made me laugh so fucking hard. There were so many. I feel like right now is the only time that it's ever gonna be that funny is the world that we're living in right now, where everybody's so afraid to make jokes without. It's almost like you make a joke that you used to be able to just like yeah, fucking support everybody. We make crazy jokes, and everybody's like, yeah, that's how we are. And
People
then you
don't
kind of.
have personality anymore.
And you can't do that anymore. You make a fucking
And it's
joke
like-
and you're immediately like, "Oh, he's transphobic." Like, no,
it-
I'm
and
not. I
it's not.
support them. I'm for them. But
You-
I make crazy jokes about everybody.
And it's not everybody, but it's like you could say literally fucking anything on the internet, and someone will be mad about it.
They'll try to ruin your.
Always.
And he has a bit about that. He his
and
impression.
they all have a little fucking coalition of people that they'll sick on you to give like fucking ruin your whole life because you said something they don't agree with. That's bullshit. Like that's not fair. If you're not hurting someone, if you're not.
Not being malicious.
Yeah, like it's a joke. Why? It doesn't even have to be a joke. You'd be like, I like Skyline. Somebody's like, fuck you, Gold Star. And then that thing just spirals out of control. And then everyone makes a meme about you. And now you're the fucking Gold Star hating fucking dude. And like, you can't go to any Gold Star anymore to get fucking chili because they recognize you when you walk in and tell you to fuck off.
Hey, but let's get one thing straight though. Gold Star does suck.
It does. It
Skyline's
sucks.
very
Sucks.
terrible.
It's awful.
Skyline over Skyline
Bad
over Gold
chili.
Star any day
Fucking
of the week.
vomit
Sky-
conies.
Sky-
I see you
Skyline's where it's
trying
at.
with your Met Coney, but
I'd
I'm
rather
not doing
kill
it.
myself.
Bullshit.
I'd rather kill myself than
I'm
eat
glad
either
we're
place.
all what in
Good milkshakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
either
Hey,
place.
good
okay.
milkshakes there, though.
Yeah, they do. But that's it.
They do.
That's it.
That's it.
We were talking. We were gonna open with talking about food right before the fucking thing, but
Yeah.
the Boca experience. We
Oh,
never
yeah.
ended up getting to that. Are we finished with the Dave Chappelle thing?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm sorry if I cut your point off to talk about food.
Dude.
You can cut any topic off. Talk about food, and I'll be down with it. I don't care.
Yeah, I just want to go. I'm feeling like a real hungry boy right now, so I want to
Foodies,
jump right.
man.
I want to hear about Boca because
I
this
had
is a crazy restaurant
The
experience.
best meal I've ever had my whole life. So Rachel and I, when we were going to have
Alaskan chicken fingers. It was, I mean, something. The honey mustard was out.
Alaskan, you say?
Mediterranean honey mustard.
No, so we went to this restaurant called Boca, and it's like the same place that owns like
And
Nada.
if you don't know the name or where it is, it's because you're a peasant person.
Yeah, it's because you're poor. It's because you're a poor rat
You'll
person.
never afford to eat there ever.
Yeah. Don't stand in my presence,
How
peasant.
much? Can you tell us how much this shit costs?
Yeah, we got the most expensive thing on the menu for our anniversary, and it was a $72 beef tenderloin.
Sounds about right.
That's not crazy.
It's like the size. How big is it?
There's something so satisfying about laying down that kind of money just
Yeah.
to eat food.
Oh, I love it.
It's just
when
like-
we have our
love it.
anniversaries or like a birthday or something, we like to go all out on food because you cannot forget a good food experience. And I never had that until I met Rachel. So now that when we go and like actually go out to eat like sushi and all that stuff, you just drop some money on some food, like it stays with you.
Did
man.
you have to dress up to go there?
I dressed up, but just because it was our anniversary, we like to dress up once or twice a year. You know,
I just didn't know if it was like one of those places where there is a dress code. You got to look.
I'm pretty
nice.
sure you can wear. I don't know.
Probably like a dress shirt and slacks, but they're not going to make you wear a suit or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel bad for people that don't have that experience though, because there's so many people out there that have never had food that's like
good food,
fucked them up and changed their life in a sense.
Yeah.
Or
So-
tasted something they never knew existed.
So
Luke hasn't
dude,
ever.
Let me tell you about
Besides
this meal.
shit I make, that's about it.
Hold on, let me tell you about this meal though before we start delving deep, because it was so damn good. All right, this food I can still taste just thinking about it. All right, that's how good and worth it is if you just drop that money on it. Just go on a fucking date and just fucking treat yourself, man. Treat yourself on a good fucking meal. So we went there and I got this, and it was a beef tenderloin, medium rare, cooked on top of fingerling potatoes, on top of roasted chard, and on top of that was a crab sauce with king crab, shredded king crab all over the top.
With a stack of chicken tenders on top.
With a side of chicken tenders. No, but we had a side, I don't know what they're called, like pommes, something fucking Italian, but it was like potato wedges, but they were filled with air.
Oh, pommes frites or whatever.
I think that's what they're called.
Yeah,
those were good
a
as
German
fuck.
thing.
But dude, when you took a bite of this thing, the juice, it would just like make your mouth like tingle, and like you wouldn't even have the tingle until after you like swallowed it, and then the aftertaste would make your mouth like tingle for like you just sit there and I would close my eyes and like chew this and really just like get into the flavors. It is fucking kind of crazy.
It's fucking wild, man. You
That
go to a
sounds
restaurant
wild.
like that, and then you think about the dog shit food you make at home, and you're like, what am I doing wrong? Like, how the fuck did I do that so bad? Like,
I work as a cook, so I go home and make dog shit food because I've spent 10, 11 hours in a
Making
kitchen.
dog shit food.
No, no. The restaurant that I work at, we actually make pretty good food. There's good menu items. I mean, you can go there and get any restaurant experience, but there's really good menu items. But then you spend all day in that fucking sweaty hot kitchen. I'm just like, I just want Taco Bell now. I don't want to cook for myself.
that's
now.
how my dad was.
I do not want to go home and fucking make myself the finest of food because it takes forever to do that shit.
Dude, you also got to get the prep work for it.
The prep is
That's the
prep is
shitty part.
Most time.
Yep. My dad was the head chef at the Hyde Park Country Club for like 15 years, and then up until he died, he was the sous chef at the Queen City Club downtown.
Yeah.
So he did fine dining all day, every day, day and night. And when he came home, he didn't cook shit.
Bags of popcorn.
We were lucky if Dad wanted to do
You
the
become
steaks.
jaded, you
That was
know?
it. Like that, he could do steaks, or he'd bring home lobster tails from the restaurant, and he would
Right.
cook those up real quick.
Yeah,
That was it.
Every once in a while, I'll bring home food and I'll be like, "You can reheat it, Allie," but I'm not even gonna reheat it because I am so tired. Like,
That's how he was.
what
It was
the heck?
hilarious too, because like with him being Croatian, my mom not really knowing how to cook for shit, he would just shit talk her meals the entire time. He'd sit at the table eating. Like, Patricia, this food tastes like shit. Like, you cook it, what'd you do? Cook it outside on the ground or some shit? Like, he'd say fucked up shit like that to her all the time, and she would get so mad. He only liked 2 of her meals. She made beef stroganoff. It was like a family recipe. She still makes to this day, which is the bomb.
Beef stroganoff is bomb, dude.
Really good. And then she has her own like Texas style chili that she makes, and she serves it over noodles like Skyline.
If I was ever going to start a fast food restaurant chain, it would be beef stroganoff.
That would be tight. It doesn't
Just
really
beef
exist.
stroganoff and only beef stroganoff.
And garlic
Like you
bread.
come here, yeah.
Fucking garlic bread, dummy. Yeah.
Beef
don't-
stroganoff and garlic bread.
it's
That's
the
all you get.
heaviest menu items you can
Open
Oh
up in
my God.
Colorado. Open up in Colorado or California. Just hand somebody a joint when they first walk in there. Like, you're gonna need this.
to make it through the entire plate.
Yeah.
Stroganoff and garlic bread. Oh boy,
That's
you're
a
gonna feel
heavy
like
meal.
you're gonna feel like dog shit when you're done. You'll be so happy in the moment, but after you're done, you're just sitting there, fucking. All the buttons are about
All
to
that-
pop
all
off
that-
your button up.
All that butter and mustard, or not mustard, all that butter and fucking like creamy like mushroom sauce, just like sitting in your stomach.
Yeah, dude, that fucking roux. They make a roux to start it. Just flour and butter in
You ever-
equal parts.
you ever make a
And
roux?
milk? Yeah, of course.
Fucking sucks, but it's worth it.
It's not that hard. I do it all the time.
It can be sometimes.
You
I
just
don't know.
keep stirring it. The trick. What do you ever walk away?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
All right.
Don't ever do that. And don't go
What
real
I need
high.
is I need like I need a prep cook. I need somebody to cut shit up for me behind me while I'm stirring the roux. That's what I need.
The mise en place. You gotta get all your shit in place first. You
Yeah.
get all your fucking prep work done, and then start cooking. Don't turn the heat on until you got all your stuff done.
I like to think I can cook really well, and I pretend that I can cook. Really
I don't know
I've
how to
seen
cook.
pictures of food that you put up. You cook good. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If you can put a picture up like that, you're
I need
cooking good
to
food.
I need to work out some kinks, but there's stuff I still need to. The best thing I ever made was the Indian butter chicken shit I made.
Indian
love butter.
Chicken.
That
Oh,
stuff
that
was
stuff is the
fucking-
best.
it's
I
so
love
good.
that stuff.
Thanks.
What?
What?
What? He just made a joke and it fell so hard on
I
his
don't know
face
what
that
happened.
everybody got quiet. Yeah, dude. I don't know. What else did you get at Boca though? I'm sorry, we stopped
Oh well,
talking about.
I mean,
Was
we
it
got
just that?
alcohol and like we got really fine wine.
There you go.
I got this thing called a goldenrod, which was like a roasted marmalade gin drink, and it was like kind of like really thick orange juice. It was fucking nuts. Like it was crazy. But I mean, whenever we go out to those places, like I think the best thing I've had, honestly, going out is bone marrow.
Oh, bone marrow is
yeah.
the shit. It's like
What?
meat butter.
Dude, it is
Meat
gross.
butter.
It is
so
gross
good.
looking, but it is it's
so
bone
good.
marrow. Like, so you get a fucking cut of a leg or whatever, and then there's like a bone in the middle with like a meat jelly in the inside. And
They
that's like,
roast a bone for forever, and then they
Yeah.
split it in half, and then you get a half a bone and a spoon and some bread.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Fucking awesome.
you can use it as
amazing.
like a spread, but like, dude, you look at this shit, it looks disgusting in my personal opinion. And then you eat it and you like put it in your mouth and it's like it melts in your mouth. It's like a meat fucking cotton candy or something. It's
Speaking
so
of, like,
good.
Speaking of like meat butter, like you were talking about barbecue before, there is a place in
And how
Walnut
trash
Hills.
Eli's is. You hear that, Eli's? Fuck your shitty barbecue.
Fuck you, Eli's,
You
bitch.
Get fucking brisket back, you Texas hating motherfuckers.
Yeah, you fuckers.
I need to eat out more.
Place in Walnut Hills, though.
Going
Yeah,
out, bro.
it's right next to Video Archive. It's called Just Queuing. It's a little tiny.
I saw
hole
that
in the
place. That
wall.
place was closed the one time that I went up.
They
to
literally
Video
just have a
Archive.
sign of a pig hanging up outside of their fucking restaurant. The brisket there is fucking insane. Like
Okay.
the way that they cook it overnight.
That's the one with the outside dining area too,
Yeah,
right?
like
They get that
they
big.
share a patio with Video Archive.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
there's a walk up window on the weekends where you can get like little plates of stuff. But dude, their hot barbecue sauce and the brisket is fucking crazy. Like you don't even have to chew the meat. You literally just move it around your mouth with your tongue and it just like falls apart.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what you need in a good fucking
so
barbecue,
good.
dude.
good, dude.
We have decent pulled pork at my restaurant, but like it's not even a featured part of our menu. They're just like, yep, we have pulled pork. Like we don't even talk about it. But I just started eating it the other day, and I was like, this is fucking delicious. And we make like a house-made cherry chili and a house-made bourbon barbecue sauce, mix those bitches together, and then that's the barbecue sauce that we use for it. So it's like spicy, and there's like cherry, like roasted cherry, like tartness, and
That sounds
fucking
good as
like.
fuck.
And we house make all of our. It's like these big pork shoulders that we're fucking searing in the pans and like cooking in beer and like the carrots and the onions and the fucking.
I'm
all the
fucking hungry, bro.
seasonings and shit.
Dude, I'm so excited to go get food after this.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh man, I got food at the house.
Cody's. I would love to go to your restaurant and get like some actual food cooked by you because even at his fucking like gender reveal party for his kid,
He made shitty burgers.
No, I thought the burgers were fucking awesome, dude. I was like, damn, that's a good burger.
What was your 3-part? You like shoulder, chuck?
Oh
ribeye?
no. So the burgers were last minute, shitty ground beef. But if I
But it was
make
surprisingly good. I'm just saying, like the dude knows how to make any food good.
if I was to make my own burgers, if I were to like grind my own meat, I mean, you might do a 3-part. Where
he
you're
butchered
using-
the animal himself.
No. What
Raised
he's
it.
talking about is like you want some portion of it. You might use like fucking short rib, and then you might use a brisket for another portion of it, and then you might use a chuck for consistency and fat, and you might add a chunk of fat here or there and grind it. I don't do that so much. I keep it a lot simpler. It's just like it's half chuck, half sirloin to keep it nice and simple.
That's fine.
Salt and
That's
pepper. I don't throw a bunch of shit into the mix. I just salt and pepper. But the shit that I made at the gender reveal was underwhelming. It was just fucking the ground beef to use for taco meat because we're broke as fuck and we had to feed a bunch of people last minute. So
Guess what? It was
just like,
good.
slap these bitches
It was
together.
fucking good. That's
It is
why I'm
very-
saying it.
It is
alright.
very hard to fuck burgers up. Burgers
Yeah.
are good no matter what. They're just fucking awesome.
I can make a damn good burger if we're doing like a 3-meat fucking blend, and like, you can play with that ratio all day and just like get crazy shit. And I can do that all day long. But like that, I don't know. There's better stuff. Like the stuff in my restaurant, I can't take credit for it. It's all my dude Nate, the head chef up there, that wrote the really good menu items. You can go up there, like I said, you have any restaurant experience. You get a burger, it's a burger. You go up there, you get some wings. They're pretty damn good wings. They're smoked and then deep fried. And
Sounds
they're
fucking good.
What? No,
well,
smoke them and then they deep
so
fry
they
'em?
smoke them, bake them, and then we deep fry them to finish. But they
That's fucking awesome.
yeah. So we after they're baked, they're fully cooked, and then we store them, and then we deep fry them, and then we serve them. The only way to get those wings is right there in the restaurant. Don't ask me to bring you some wings because you're gonna be like, eh. And still, even those chicken wings, they're good, but it's a fucking chicken wing. You can get it anywhere. Beer cheese, good. You can get it anywhere. Any of the deli stuff, it's good, but you can get it anywhere. The real shit that shines is if you're gonna go up to Dilly and eat, go up there and get some entrees. Like we've got a Peruvian steak and eggs where we take a skirt steak and this house-made It's like a coffee rub that we make, and you put it
You guys
all
dry
over.
age the syrup steak.
We do not. No.
What-
That would be the
I'm
next-
talking about the
What
pig
kind of
out,
wings?
dude.
What kind of chicken wings do you use?
I don't know where he gets them from. It's just I have no idea.
Well,
he gets them.
what-
It's
what I-
it's
what
from
I
one of
meant
the
was, like-
meat delivery companies that you get chicken wings
no,
from.
what I had meant was like when I was working at Rivertime Brewery as their cook, the chicken wings that we used to smoke were like the entirety of the wing, and I just don't see those around anymore.
Oh yeah, when they
And
just
those
they don't
things
take the
are
drumstick off the flat.
Fucking delicious.
Yeah, we don't have.
You'd think they
those.
would cook better that way because more of the fat and everything on the whole thing as a whole.
Dude.
Right.
So it would season it better.
This makes me think of another place I went that was fucking awesome. I went to this place called The Garlic, and what they do is that they're all about garlic main courses and shit. No, you think? But what they would do is they would have like this whole clove of garlic that they would just roast in like a butter all day, and then you take it out and you just rub your bread in there and
It's
shit while
called
you
confit
wait.
garlic.
That sounds good.
Is that what it's called?
Garlic confit. Yeah, so you can do it in any fat. We've got it at our restaurant. You take a bunch of garlic and you cook it in any type of fat for a long period of time at a low temperature, and the garlic will turn brown, and you strain it and dump it into a Roku food processor or whatever, and a little oil, and fucking turn it on.
It's delicious.
And we put it
as
in all of
fuck.
our food. It adds like, you don't have to cook the garlic at all because it's already been roasted. Basically, it's been cooked in oil for a long period.
Yeah,
of
it melts
time.
in your mouth, dude.
We put it on our bread. We put it on our bread because we make mussels or whatever. I'll make mussels and put them in a thing, and then the bread we get, we smear with garlic confit. It's fucking delicious.
It's good.
I bet it'd be great with butter.
Oh, dude, it's
Cook the
amazing.
butter all
And
day
then we
long.
got these lamb lollipops, like rib lollipops with like a blueberry goat cheese on the side.
That sounds dope.
And you just like rub this goat cheese on it, and it is so fucking
Yeah, you
sweet and
just rub it
delicious.
on there.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
those lollipops.
We had a special wine tasting event where fucking Nate made these tandoori fucking. He made tandoori chicken like kebabs and
sounds
tandoori fucking like lamb. Like the little lamb chops or whatever the fuck, and it had been marinated in this
the shanks with the
tandoori
bone
shit.
coming out of it still?
Yeah, and it had been marinated in this fucking like house-made fucking tandoori like Indian seasoning, and it was just bright yellow.
Probably a bunch of fucking gram masala. And
Oh yeah, yeah,
cumin and
100%.
shit.
It was so fucking good.
Can
It
we
was,
do like
falling
a
off the bone.
bastard cookout next
Fuck
summer
yeah, we
at some
can.
point
Yeah,
where we
dude.
just
Yeah,
everyone
dude.
gets together,
You were-
brings
I was about to
portable
say that.
grills?
Hey,
you
hold
were
up.
like, you were like, we should go to your restaurant. Like, let's just all just like hang out and party.
Hold
and
up.
Fuck
cook.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
It's only about to be September. It is not too late.
I mean, I want to get this started like ASAP. That sounds amazing.
I mean, don't worry about
bastard
going to the
cookout.
restaurant. We've got good food up there. If you want to check it out, fine. But like, let's make this some fun social.
Dude, let's
gathering.
get the bastards
dope.
together, the close friends of the bastards, close friends of the show.
Yeah, let's all
Nick
fucking
would be
chill
one
out,
of it.
man.
You
Seriously.
got a giant backyard. Why don't we just do it here?
Get a
Wait,
bastard
would that
family
be a
going.
bad idea? With
We'll
all
have to
the people?
figure that out. I think we should totally make something happen, though. Absolutely.
Let's do
Nick,
it.
you're fucking
I don't
fucking
think it's
yellow.
Food
too
party,
late.
like
I
food
think we
party
can do
potluck
it
shit is
still.
fucking awesome.
Everybody's got to bring something
That'd be
and
tight.
tell everybody you're not allowed to bring potato salad or
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck
Bullshit.
up.
Dude,
Don't bring chips. They'll
No
be fine.
fucking green bean casserole. I'm writing a line in the sand right fucking now. Every piece of shit who makes green bean casserole. can fuck
casserole.
off
No one's
forever.
gonna eat that shit.
No
No one does,
casserole.
and everyone brings it. Everyone brings green bean casserole to Thanksgiving, and no one fucking eats it because
I
it's
bet a lot of
garbage
people would
food.
come.
Oh, you know what the best is? Have you guys ever had twice baked potatoes?
Oh, don't even get me
Fucking
fucking
love those
started,
things,
bro.
dude.
I had a friend who came to
Some
town
bacon and
from
Asiago cheese and
from
shit.
he got some leave from his military
Chives,
base.
couple
Yeah.
scallions, something. Sorry, go ahead. Bacon.
Sorry.
Pancetta, fuck bacon.
Go on.
Go ahead, Luke.
He got some leave from his military base, and he stopped by my house to visit for a while. And he was like, "You want some twice baked loaded potatoes?" I was like,
Let me think about that. Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about,
he
man?
gave me like a plastic bag with them just sealed in there perfectly, already beautiful and, and loaded. He was like, yeah, just go ahead and warm it up in the oven. It'll be perfect. And they
Bro.
were
Yeah,
perfect.
dude, they're
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
amazing.
I'm fucking stoked. Thanksgiving is like
You
gonna
were saying
be coming
pancetta.
soon.
Now I want to make carbonara.
Oh, dude, I want to make carbonara so fucking bad. We made a carbonara special at work with pancetta one time, and it was fucking phenomenal because we got big blocks of grana padano, and we'll fucking grate the grana padano into it. It was
Grana
fucking
Padano.
amazing. It's a type of Parmesan cheese, a really expensive Parmesan cheese.
Sounds fucking delicious. I'm a fan of all cheeses.
We used
cheese
to have
is the way to go. Cheese is the way to the heart.
we had
If
a
I could eat cheese
charcuterie
for
board
every
a
meal
while.
of every single day without consequence, I'd do it.
What's your guys' favorite cheese? Go around the room.
Goat cheese,
I
bro.
don't- I
Fucking
don't-
goat cheese.
I'm not a cheese lover.
Blueberry cheese is good as shit.
Smoked, either smoked Gouda goat or Munster's really good.
Munster's really fucking
I like
good.
a nice aged cheddar when they start getting those lactic acid crystals where when you bite into it you kind of get a crunch and you're like, what's that little crunch? That's like lactic acid
I don't think
like
I've had that
flavor
before.
crystals.
That
Oh,
sounds cool
so
as fuck, though.
goddamn
Sounds good.
good. It's
Yeah, it
amazing.
does.
I have like a habanero
Aged white
cheese
cheddar.
right now that I'm about to use soon. We're gonna make our own cheese conies and use a hot cheese
Fuck yeah.
from Jungle Gyms. It's gonna be good as fuck.
Dude, we were talking about like you should go and I'm talking to Nick audio listeners, but you should go and fucking rate and review different restaurants around
Yes.
Cincinnati. And you said that was a shit idea. I didn't want to.
Please do it. I can see it.
Why do you think it's such a bad idea
Nick,
for you to
imagine
do that?
this. Nick
No, you
Glavan's
love
going.
food.
I'm
Why
gonna get
wouldn't-
targets on my back because I have a lot of shitty stuff to say about a lot of the restaurants in the city.
That's fine.
But dude,
totally
okay,
awesome.
imagine this. Nick Glavin, the infamous Nick Glavin's going around. He never rates any restaurant good, but one restaurant is going to stand out, and he's going to give out the best rating of that, and he's going to. That place is going to be the best place in town.
If it came to pass and it got to me to the point where I could hang out with Action Bronson for a day, I'd do that.
Why not, dude?
Show Action Bronson around Cincinnati, take him to all the shitty little hole restaurants I love.
You said that there's got to be. You could make it like just go to a bunch of places you really like, and every once in a while you go to a place you know is probably going to suck.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be a fun thing to do.
I want a new Kitchen Nightmare starring Nick Glavin.
It bums me out because there's so many restaurants in the city that have way too much fucking hype for no reason.
Like
whatsoever.
what?
Eli's Barbecue.
Eli's is a perfectly good example. Like I was saying earlier, the Eagle, like their chicken's not that good. It's really not. You can tell they don't do anything to prep it before they actually fry it.
Would Cane's also fall under that?
Cane's is the lowest fucking tier restaurant on the goddamn
People love that
planet,
shit,
dude.
though.
Cane's is a fast food
It would-
restaurant.
it would
You can't be
be-
like, "Hey, welcome to Cincinnati. I'm going to show you around all the restaurants.
Here's
Let's go
Cane's,
to Cane's,
Burger King,
Is
Taco
it Cane's
Bell,
local? What the fuck?
You ever been to
No.
a McDonald's?
Cane's would win me over if they stopped putting their shit in styrofoam boxes and put them in cardboard instead. Because you get that shit, and by the time you get it home, it is so fucking soggy from being inside the styrofoam. It's not even pleasant to eat.
Big
anymore.
facts.
I don't like it.
It's not fair, man.
That's a
Like,
If you
fact.
try to eat it in the restaurant, all the employees are so polite. They're basically like wiping your fucking face, like wiping your face. and
that is
taking
very much
shit
an
off your
American
table.
thing, and I fucking hate it. In Europe,
Like,
they
leave me
come-
alone.
They bring your food to your table, and they don't even talk to you. They're just like, all right, fuck off. Tell me if you need anything. And they walk away. They leave you alone. If I'm in the middle of eating food and my mouth is full, don't fucking ask me how everything is.
Not at
I'm not
all.
going to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like,
How is everything?
fuck off. I'm going to tip you. Just leave it alone. Like, I'll let you know if I need something. But that's very much an American thing. And Europeans come over here and they eat at restaurants, and it pisses them off because they're trying to have a meal and like talk to somebody. Across the
Pisses
table.
everyone off.
It's a shitty
Like-
experience. They're trying to streamline food, and it's like I want to enjoy food. Like, let me sit here
And then they're
fucking
like
enjoy
they're
myself.
up your ass because they feel like if they're not talkative enough, you're not going to tip them. It's like, can we just pay fucking like service workers a normal fucking wage so we can get over the stupid fucking tip system shit?
They don't want it. They
That pisses everybody off.
Make so much money on
well,
tips,
service
man.
workers don't
you
want
do,
that.
but
Make a killing.
you
being
do,
a
but you
server.
could, if they made it a fair wage, it wouldn't have to.
No.
It just sucks, man.
Just America's weird about customer service. It's so fucking weird.
You
about
can't
this
please
business
anybody
shit.
because like some people get pissed if you talk to them too much. Some people get pissed if you don't talk to them.
It's like Uber. I fucking hate Uber.
Yeah.
All right. I really want to get into that because I fucking hate Uber. I hate getting in the car and having to be talking to these people and they have to talk to me because I have to get some fucking rating. Like, can I just enjoy the fucking ride and be quiet and the strangers? I don't want to talk to this dude.
I get that.
I always get my friend shit because anytime we get in an Uber, he tries talking to the fucking driver and asking them their whole
Why
life
does the
story. Like, don't fucking talk to him because if you talk to him, he's gonna feel like he has to talk to us, and I don't want to.
But if you don't talk, he can rate you bad
It's so stupid.
on that shit. Why is the customer have a rating system? That's so stupid. I mean, I get it if there's shitty people out there, yeah, but get a fucking camera or some shit. But why do you have to fucking talk to
Didn't
someone?
you just prove your own point wrong in that argument right there?
What do you mean? I just must have missed it.
No, I missed it too. What was
You
the
said
point?
why do the riders have a point system? And then you said, I mean, I get it. There's shitty and crazy people out there.
Yeah, but
And then you're like, get a
But
camera.
that doesn't mean that they
doesn't
have
mean
to
there's shitty and crazy
rate
people
you.
at fucking McDonald's, but they don't have that shit, and that's like the
Yeah.
most popular restaurant ever. I'm just saying, like in general, why would Uber, like a fucking taxi drive, have this shit? That's so stupid.
The biggest problem in general is that no one has any fucking privacy or way to shut off from everybody else anymore. Period. You are always in the spotlight any given time. I see it a lot of the time. Like my girlfriend, she's in her phone 24/7, staring at the fucking thing, talking to people, texting people, looking at Facebook, looking at Instagram. Your life is on stage for the entire fucking universe to view at any given moment. You can't even go anywhere and just brush off answering a phone call. Because then immediately if you don't answer that phone call, like, what are you doing? Why didn't you answer my phone call?
Are you cheating on me?
Maybe I was fucking busy. How does that sound? Maybe I don't want to talk to you. Is that okay?
You ever
I don't
seen-
have to talk to you. It's not like it's...
Dude, it drives me nuts, man. I don't like being on my fucking phone.
I hate being accessible and attainable at any given moment.
You have to.
It sucks. And that's the thing that sucks the most about it, is like to follow with the flow of humanity right now, you have to be that way.
It makes me think of that fucked up Black Mirror episode where like your life is based on a rating system, like your credit score and everything, your job. Like if you get bad ratings, then you're going to lose your job, your home, and then you fucking can't get a ride anywhere and you're homeless or some shit.
And then everybody always has the same excuse, like, well, what do you have to hide? It's like, I don't have anything to fucking hide, dude. I just want peace of mind and some privacy for 10 minutes.
Don't need
to
to be
just
judged.
in my own head without somebody up my ass asking where I'm at, what I'm doing, when am I going to be here? What are your plans later? Like, just fucking...
I like the phone for the content that it can carry with. Like, I can listen to podcasts in my car and shit like that, but I don't like the part that you're talking about.
Not
where
the
That's the worst
drama.
fucking part, man. The
everybody
most
can just
liberating
goddamn get a hold of me all the time. And
The
then,
most liberating experience was the last time I went to Kings Island, because I threw this bitch in a locker and I shut it and I was like, we're having fun today. Like, I'm not talking to fucking anybody. And I have a perfect excuse. I was at Kings Island. My shit was in a locker because there's nowhere to put it on the rides.
you feel
Yeah, they
really
force
good
you to
without
get it.
having to focus on it all the time. So you just see people have to pull it out their fucking pocket and check it in the middle of like hanging out with people. And I'm like, we're fucking hanging out. Put your goddamn phone down. Like, what are you doing right
I'll
now?
have friends like that I'll watch movies, shows, anything with. The minute I see them pull their phone out, I pause that shit. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, you're not paying attention.
Allie does
Why are you
that shit.
watching
I'm
that
calling
shit?
Allie out right now. We'll be watching some shit that she wanted to watch that forced me to watch it. And I'm like, all right, I'll watch your dumb Bridezilla show. Fuck. God damn it. Yeah, I guess I'll watch whatever Catfish, the episode you want to watch 4 times. Okay.
Catfish is fun.
I
Some
guess,
reality
but
TV
it's the
is
same,
so fun. It's
just the
cringy
same
bad.
formula every time. I just don't like reality TV. I feel like it's a waste of my time. But
Yeah.
I'll watch it
It
because it
is.
makes my girlfriend happy. Whatever.
I'm not a reality
I'm sure
TV
we all
person,
understand that.
but I will fuck up some Pawn Stars.
Dude, I love Pawn Stars.
No, the best way to watch Pawn Stars is to watch the clips on YouTube, so you already know what you're getting. You don't have to watch all the fucking they're blah 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 and back and forth making shitty dad joke after shitty dad joke.
That's a
all
fact.
this fucking they're trying to tell me a narrative. Don't tell me narrative. I don't give a fuck about you and your big fat fucking friend Chumlee that got arrested for meth. What I want to know about is that double stamped fucking Jefferson nickel that's in there that they only printed 2 of, and if is it real or is it not? And is Rick gonna try to sell it to you for 5? The negotiation.
He's got
That's
a buddy.
the part that I want to fucking see. The history of it, the
Dude,
cool
they
shit
rip
that
off-
walks in and out of there.
They rip off everybody on that show.
There's some
Everyone.
cool shit on that show, though. There was, I
Everyone.
remember there
They
was
just
this.
take them for everything, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I got to be on TV."
Oh, is it a classic Martin guitar from the fucking early 1900s?
In
$200.
perfect condition? Well, here's the thing, man. I gotta sell that. That's gonna be sitting up here for a while. Who wants an original classic Martin guitar? And they're like, I guess I'll take $80 for it. Like, yeah, you will, sucker.
The singer for A Day to Remember brought in a 4-string Martin guitar in that show once, and they bought it from him for like $350, I think, and I think they turned around and sold it for like $6,000.
I thought one of the coolest things that someone brought
Oh my
was
God.
these missile keys for an ICBM nuclear
I saw that
missile.
one.
Yeah,
Remember
that
that
was
shit?
tight.
I was
Yeah.
like, dude, that's pretty cool to fucking have. I don't know why. It's just super. That's crazy.
Like, why do you have this?
Yeah, where'd you
Where
get
did
it?
You get this shit from?
But that's why the only way to watch that show is when it's cut up into those segments already on YouTube. You could go to the YouTube, the History Channel has it all broken down like 6-minute segments. Fantastic to watch like that. But anything else is just fucking bullshit. Like I can't stand
I like some
fucking
reality TV.
But then Allie will be watching this shitty reality TV, and then I'll look over middle of like concentrating on the fucking show I don't want to watch anyways, and she's like in Facebook checking her bank account. I'm like, I don't want to watch it. Like, why are you're the one that wants to watch it. Get off the fucking phone.
It's almost like there just needs to be background noise.
I've
Yeah,
been
so
it's like-
reality TV shows. Like we've been watching a lot of those
Yeah.
because they're so cringy but good to me. Like the cringe fuels me. we started watching Ghost Adventures. You ever watch that
fuck
fucking
yeah.
show with Zach Baggins?
We went through that whole fucking catalog of Ghost Adventures.
Man, I'm really into it right now. It's so weird because obviously it's fucking horseshit.
Oh,
like
yeah,
they're
totally
going to
horseshit.
fucking Ukraine or some shit and trying to talk to these ghosts in English like they fucking know English or some shit. And
I like the one when they go to like the Western Saloon and he's got his little bandana around his neck. He's got like a cap gun and he's shooting it off.
so
Just like,
stupid.
I'm calling you out. I was like, you look like such a fucking douchebag right
But
now.
what's weird?
Wait, he really did that?
He did
Yeah,
that.
it's
Oh,
crazy.
my
Dude, the dude is so serious about it. Like Zach Baggins, he looks like the fucking vocalist of Simple Plan or some shit doing
He's all
this.
jacked and tan.
Puffy,
He's got a
yeah,
faux hawk.
it's kind of comical looking at
Hold
him.
on, let me look this up real quick.
Zach Baggins.
Yeah, he wears like Affliction t-shirts and
He
like,
thinks he's so fucking cool. He's got like giant cross tattoos going up his neck and shit. Yeah, there he is.
that's the new Zach Bag. He's got to look at the old pictures.
Yeah,
When it first
he's a fucking character, that's for sure. If you ever get a chance, watch this shit because he takes his fucking life serious.
Dude, his pictures don't even do him justice
No.
because the way he acts in the show.
Yeah, it's something else. But
He's a fucking cornball, I can tell. Just
yeah,
Oh,
he's a
absolutely.
cornball for sure. It's cringe. But what's weird about watching it is like, even though it's fucking horseshit, I still get creeped out in my house. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, I
They
gotta
bring
get
out
the
all
fucking
this-
bed, man.
They bring out all these crazy like technologies that they're like experimental shit where it's like they have this one thing
Our
that's supposed to like
reputation.
it's supposed to like pick up spectral movement and shit on a camera, but you have to have like 4 different cameras pointed at the same spot and it puts this like weird tracer over everything. And like they'll be watching this little camera and it'll be like a stick figure and it'll be like
It's the
dancing on a
Xbox
chair
Kinect.
or something. It's so
They're
fucking
using
weird.
They're using an Xbox 360 Kinect system to detect ghosts.
Are you serious?
I swear. That's what all those little green dots all over the wall are. It's fucking Kinect. It's an
That's
Xbox
fucking
Kinect.
hilarious. It's like there'll be little stick figures of like disembodied like whatever.
Crazy movement.
And it'll be like a rocking chair will like move, and then the ghost will be like on top of the
It's
rocking
so
chair.
stupid.
But it's fake?
But it's like a stick figure almost. It's a 3D generated like stick figure model.
Dude,
It's supposed to be a ghost.
why don't you watch and the reputation and the answers
No
and
thanks.
you'll
We've spent
understand.
years to build our reputation. He says that in every
Yeah,
like,
he takes his shit serious.
Can
But
we watch a little piece of it, like to see what a douchebag this guy is?
I
'Cause
mean,
you're
I'm sure you
real-
look up just the
I'm
best
sure
of
you-
Zach Baggins. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a shit ton. He's got a whole subreddit based on him, which is hilarious to
Fuck,
follow.
we never watched this. Can we finally
Yeah,
watch
let's
this?
watch
Yeah,
this.
we can end out with
Let's
it.
do Zach Baggins first, and then we'll do this guy. Do you got to get out of here soon, Pat? Do we got to get out of here soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one in the last video.
Jeff Hardy.
all right, let's do it
incident.
fast.
Zach Baggins,
Best of.
best of.
Funny moments?
Funny moments. Let's do that one.
Funny
Oh, this
moments.
is gonna be
That's-
I'm
so
sure there's a
strange,
great
dude.
smash cut of this shit.
Funny and
There's like
cute
this one
moments.
guy, Aaron, on the show who they force to be in the
Do the
scary
second
rooms
one.
all by himself all the
They
time.
always fucking put him in the shittiest places. They're like, this place is where 97 people were
Were
slit. They had their throats
strangled.
slit. Well, sleep. We're gonna make Aaron go in there by
Someone
himself
just passed out there yesterday. We're going to leave him here for 2 hours.
in the dark without a radio.
We'll be in the other building.
Why? Just to
They do it all
terrify
the
I
time.
always fuck with it. The one
It's pretty
dude,
funny, dude.
The one dude quit because he said he got possessed and his wife left him because of it. And all kind. He went fucking crazy.
What?
That dude Nick. He's not on the show anymore, but like he's not on the show anymore apparently because I guess they went to some place that was infamous for being haunted, and the ghost followed him home, and it was a poltergeist and fucked up his home life, and that's why his wife left him.
The ghost made me cheat, honey.
Right?
Yeah.
It was
But,
the
all right.
ghost dick. Ooh.
Ooh,
I had no
spooky.
control over my body.
I swear to
fell
God, this
on
says
it.
like,
Are you ready for summer?
Oh,
like
God
and
damn it.
subscribe.
Do you want a Versace Speedo?
I would be able to catch it faster, but it's really because this internet sucks.
Man, my internet's hot garbage, dude.
I thought you were getting better internet when you moved
I
here.
did.
Yo, Ghost Adventures.
How much better? You were like, I'm going to pay you $1 more for the internet. They were like, all right.
250 megabits. They fucked me.
A lot of it comes down to your router too.
Yeah, I got to get one in here, to be honest.
Megabits.
The best way to do is to get like a 2-part router so you can partition certain things for one part of the router and the other shit for the rest. So like when we lived in Northside in our apartment, we had one section of the router with a lower like upload and download speed, everybody just used that shit for their phones.
Yeah.
And then the other one with the higher connection speed, we all connected our video game systems to.
Oh, that's fucking tight. So you
Yeah.
had it all figured out that way.
So it like split it up. So if somebody was looking at Facebook, you didn't get lag or some bullshit like that.
Oh, that would piss me off so fucking much.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta wrap this up. So let's see the funny moments, and then I want to see the fake muscles.
Dolls, heights, snakes, and these things.
This is just gonna be things.
It's gonna be lame as fuck.
People actually think are funny by him.
Dude, Zach Baggins is a fucking joke. Just watch
I get it.
Watch the
He's
show
alright.
sometime. It's fucking hysterical.
It's hilarious. It's on
Get
fucking
stoned.
Hulu.
Get stoned, turn the lights off,
15
sit on
seasons,
the couch and just laugh
spooky
your
shit.
balls off.
Yeah. Enjoy the fucking ride.
All right, I'm down. Let's wildly jump to the last video, and then we'll close it out. It's called Fake Muscle Boxer. Do you know any setup to this at all?
Synthetic muscles, right? Fake
so
muscles.
There's some type of I think it's like a glycerin based something.
Synthol, right?
Synthol, yeah. They inject it in people in it's mostly popular in South America, but it's dudes who
In Russia.
They want to look buff, but they don't want to work out.
So weird. And it
gives
looks like shit.
It does. It makes it look like you got tits. It's really fucking bizarre. These dudes pump them shit full of this stuff, and they think it makes them tough, and it does not. It's also very dangerous to be doing what he's doing right now. Because if that shit ruptures, he'll fucking die.
Don't they also like solidify too?
Yeah.
So he thinks he's a badass because he pumped himself full of fucking fake synthol, like cooking oil shit, and now he's gonna go fight a real trained killer in a ring.
And he's probably gonna die.
Oh, this is gonna be
I want to
fun.
see him die. Oh,
there's an
please,
art
I
to
hope he
taking a
dies.
punch just as much as there is to throwing a punch.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If you don't know how to take a punch, you could fucking die.
Oh man, let's see this
Get
guy
knocked
die.
in the temple the wrong way.
Oh,
Get
I'm
fucked.
full screen.
Wins. All wins coming
Oh,
by
no,
way
don't.
of knockout.
Hooray.
I'm ready to see someone gets clapped, bro.
Champion and a Latino American
Look how confident he is.
He's got 11 wins.
He's got big dick energy.
He's got big
Bruh.
tit energy. is what he's got.
Please welcome Jorge Kawagi.
Looks so silly.
This is the synthol guy?
Yeah.
I thought that was
nice
the dude that was
breakdown,
11
dude.
that had 11 wins or whatever.
Playing like the Browning in the background or something.
Oh, this is a really good quality video.
Synthol
Oh,
man.
Oh, dude, he's hitting him with.
What? Bitch.
If you just throw the fight, they're definitely paying dudes off.
This dude looks too strong.
There's no way they're not paying dudes off to lose to him. That was such a fucking love tap.
Come on, synthol man.
The fake muscle dude is getting like he was
He's
taking
winning.
a bunch of body shots over and over again, and he hits him with one punch, and the dude goes immediately
Yeah,
down to the ground.
dude is. There's a bunch of people in the stands right now gambling who are fucking livid right now.
Yeah, that looks so.
What the fuck is this
sketchy.
shit?
All right. I want to see how this plays out. So the fake muscles has him against the ropes.
Dude, he can't even throw
Punch
a hard
him in the
punch.
face.
No, he doesn't know how to throw a punch. He can't get his feet working.
The other guy's, he's like, come on, man, hit me with something.
Wow. Oh my god.
Are you gonna fucking hit synthol man or what? Come on.
He's throwing wild, girly punches.
This is a fucking strange fight. It's like these people have never fought before, and there's like hundreds of people watching this shit.
Oh my god. This is, yeah, everybody gambling. This is like gambling on the Harlem Globetrotters versus the Generals.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I did really good.
Oh
he
my
stands
god.
like a fucking rock'em sock'em robot kind of guy. Just stiff as fuck.
You know that dude's pissed. He's just like, why am I doing this?
No, he's getting
How could I
paid.
ever compete to
Because
such a
he's about to
muscular
get
man?
$500 in a sandwich. dude.
Probably.
No, his whole family isn't going to get beheaded by the cartel now.
Yeah, that's probably the moral. Yeah.
Damn, dark.
Well, my whole family's going to live
You're gonna
now.
let my weird nephew beat the shit out of you with his fake muscles, and
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not gonna kill
Your whole
everyone that
family.
you've
Everyone you
ever met and cut your dick off. Yeah. Everyone you've ever talked to and cut your penis off.
We won't have you pulled apart by donkeys if you don't like lose this fight right now.
You ever seen a draw in quartering in modern day done with Jeeps? Yeah, I'll do that to everyone you've ever met in front of you, and then fucking pull your balls out of your fucking nutsack and show them to you.
Extract them
So you
through
better
your
throw the
asshole.
fight.
He's just like,
He
"Man,
did go down like he totally threw that fight. dude.
Man,
that was
that better
pathetic.
be a
That was
good
pathetic
sandwich."
fight. God.
Oh, man. All right, corruption. Well, we're 15 minutes past our cutoff. Plug your shit, Nick. What do you got?
I will be moving to Hyde Park's professional Piercing and Jewelry Studio in O'Briensville to do private tattoos.
Fuck
And
yeah, dude.
the address is 1989 Madison Road. You can get in contact with me if you want to set up any kind of appointment or anything through Instagram. Instagram handle is Nick Levin, NickLovin. Just DM me if you want to get something done. I can always accept deposits in Venmo and whatnot. And let's make it happen.
Seriously, get some shit done. I can attest. I got work done. It's fucking awesome. He doesn't even feel like he's tattooing you. It's so light. Seriously, fucking amazing artwork, and it's not even that painful.
I don't feel like I tattoo differently than anybody else, but everyone always says that. They're like, it's like butterfly kisses. Like,
seriously,
okay,
it really didn't hurt most of the time. It was nuts. But yeah, fucking amazing art. Get some anime done by him.
And
Get
obviously a
Lego
good
piece.
conversationalist. So if you're going to be sitting in a room getting tattooed by him for a couple hours,
I'm not
going to
be that guy
to talk to.
I'm not gonna be the guy that shuts off and just like, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah, I'm going to get in my zone right now. Just be quiet.
It's best if you don't talk.
Just sit
Don't
back
even look
and
at
be
me.
prepared to take it.
You know what? Close your eyes.
I want this to be like a prison sex moment.
But yeah, thanks so much for coming on, man. Seriously, you're
Well,
always
thanks for having
fun.
me.
Always welcome back. Seriously, fuck yeah.
It was a great time.
Guys, be sure to check out the Bastard Sermon Facebook group.
Yeah, buy a shirt.
Yeah.
Buy shirts.
Buy
dude.
some
Only
shirts.
$20 for a quality shirt. They
Yeah,
look
seriously.
great.
Hit me up. We'll get that set up. Check out our subreddit. r/the Bastard Sermon. Fucking help us get our subscribers up. And also, I post on there every single day. Go to our YouTube as well, The Bastard Sermon. Subscribe. Go check out our Facebook group, The Bastard Sermon Podcast Group on Facebook. Answer a couple quick questions and I'll accept you. Go be a part of the discussion. Let's go fucking get nuts.
And who knows? We might be joining Twitch or Mixer soon.
Yeah, please.
We'll figure it out.
Hop on that page and make fun of curbside mammogram a little bit.
Yeah, canned mustard.
And if you want to hear his side of things, check out our last episode. We had him
Candid
on.
Mongoloid.
We talked so much shit. Be a part about that, all right?
He was
Follow
actually
the
a cool
shit.
dude. I like that guy.
Yeah. If any of it was true, guy could be a fucking liar for
I
all
was
we
listening
know.
to that on the way over. I was just like, I don't know if he's really telling the truth.
Who the fuck knows?
I don't know, but
who knows? But he did keep his word. He's posting like once a week or once every couple days.
I love the butter pick.
The butter pick
Yeah.
is classic. I had to get a screenshot.
But
for
it's
future
margarine
reference.
though. It's not butter.
Still.
he
Yeah.
seemed genuine enough.
He needs
I
to
don't know.
he needs to get a stick of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably ask him. I bet he'd do it.
Right on. All right.
on.
We'll catch you fuck faces next week.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Nick.
Oh, wait. One
What?
other thing. We're going to be at the Pike Tattoo Studio September
right.
13th, Friday the 13th. We're going to do a live event. Fuck you, Cody. You almost fucking cut that off. Damn. I'm just kidding.
Fucking idiot.
God.
I might not be there, so it wasn't
Yeah,
important
so
to me.
it would be me, Luke, for sure. Get a fucking $30, I think maybe it's $13 tattoo. I don't know yet, but it's going to be cheap as fuck. There's going to be lots of people. We're going to be doing live podcasts. Come on the show. Talk to us. Mansfield will be there if Cody is not. And then Luke and I will be talking butter shit.
Yeah.
Come talk butter shit with us. Come talk butt stuff. If you want to talk about your
Let's be
thoughts on
weird.
Canyon Manfredo, come talk to us.
Gangster Grills. All right. We'll catch you fuck faces next week with Chris Seamer.
That's right.
Deuces.
Peace.